Guys, it's the kid, 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 it's the kid. It's the child, it's the kid, it's your boy. 1 second, guys, 1 second. Let me just 1 second. Don't be alarmed. It's the kid, it's the kid, it's the kid. Nuggets win tonight. Just side note, so Nuggets are winning tonight. Nuggets winning tonight. Screw the Clippers. Screw those flipping Clippers, guys. Guys, we've got a lot to talk about. Where the heck is my Vaseline? There you go. We've got a lot to talk about tonight, guys. A heck of a lot to talk about. Okay? Yes, Vaseline, okay. Black people, our skins crack. Fellow black people, you know what it is. We always need our flipping Vaseline. So, guys, a lot to discuss. A lot to discuss, a lot to break down. And I'm hoping that you guys have your meals. I have my Oreos, quality Oreos. Oreos original. Goes really well with milk. So, strap in, sit back, do your thing, and let Uncle HH take you through what is going to hopefully be a very entertaining and fortuitous and lovely hour and a half where we'll go through the main footballing stories, and maybe afterwards we'll maybe talk about a certain legend or so forth. And I will lovely and gladly take your most likely stupid questions that you guys always do, because I know I do love you guys, but the same, as much as I love you guys, I think you guys are some of you guys are bricks. Okay, some of you guys are bricks. Oh my god. So because some of you guys are bricks, I always have to be very wary about the kind of garbage that comes out of you guys. Hence why, you come here, because I'm here to teach people what it is to be the goat of football analysis. And yes, we'll talk about Kai Havertz. Yes, we'll talk about Lampard, talk about all that kind of stuff. Everything's going to go down. But without further ado, that's right. So, there we have him. The main man himself. Let's start with a question. Let's first start with a friendly question. Is Bale still relevant in basically only Nigerians will understand that joke. Basically, what this guy said, only Nigerians, or rather only West Africans will understand what he means by that. So my thing though is that in 2020, is Bale still relevant? Someone say HH, what are you on about? Bale? Beast mode? How the heck can he be relevant in the year 2020? You may be right. Because this isn't the 2014, 2015, 2016 Bale. This isn't the dude who said what's up to Real Madrid in his first season. The whole Copa del Rey thing where he said what's up to your boy Batra. He isn't as threatening or as clinical as he once was. We get that. But guys, let's talk about ability. Because also, basically, this is now where I now educate you. So this is where you bricks now listen to me. Don't argue and listen to the greatest football analyst of all time. So there's a thing called ability. Because you have ability and you have form. Form, ability. And the ability you have, that inner talent that one has, it never really leaves you. It's always within you somehow, some way. So even if you don't play, you may be out of form, that thing is within you. Now, there are different kinds of ability. Now, you have guys who are pace merchants, who use a lot of physicality and use a lot of speed. And speed is really part of their game and what makes them so good and so strong. Like a similar thing is like a Timo Werner. Speed is a huge part of his game. And with age, you lose speed. But when you just look at the Bale, what is the strongest part of Bale's game? What makes beast mode beast mode? See, the thing that makes beast mode is his ability to create something out of nothing. Like, you look at that goal that he scored, that overhead kick. That's just talent. That's just beast mode. And that talent to do, because not many people in the world can do to build an ACL final. That is something you simply cannot ignore, because let's go even deeper. Real Madrid are making a big mistake letting go of Bale. Now I get it. Madrid fans were like, "Oh, hey, look, what the heck? He's not played well." And it's true, he's not played well. I remember watching the Clasico. I think it was when Solari was still in charge and Bale was trapped. I think that was the last kind of big game that Bale played. So he's not been good. So he's not put forth a strong argument for why he should be starting. But the thing though is this: is that see, this is the thing. The thing here is, what do Real Madrid have now that Bale goes? So you're going to put faith in Lucas Vazquez. So obviously his contract won't be renewed, but Lucas Vazquez, Rodrigo, and who else? So the guys who you're putting faith in ahead of Bale, I don't think that is very advisable. Now, if Madrid had a Mbappe, or they had a Salah, or a Mahrez, oh, Bale, thank you for your services. We appreciate everything that you've done, but get the heck out and take your belongings and clear out of this one. Just leave. I don't want to see you. I don't want to see. I don't want to see. But Real Madrid do not have that. And for me, Rodrigo, people say, oh, Rodrigo's young, he needs to grow. I don't see it. I'm using the eye test. I use the eye test. And my eye test says to me that Rodrigo is a decent player. And who can, one or two games can do something, but I don't see the potential to be something great unless he drastically changes. I just don't see it. Lucas Vazquez is from the road. He's from the road. So you have a guy from the road. You have a guy who is young and can't really amount to anything. And who else is there? Who else is there? So I don't think it is advisable for him to leave. But the thing about it is that so someone said Odegaard. Last I checked, I thought Odegaard was a cam. Or am I wrong? So you're saying that Odegaard's strongest position is out wide as a wide attacker. I tell me that Odegaard can play as an inside forward. And it's that Odegaard can do what Bale does. That's what I'm saying. It's that he can do what Bale does. So, but fair enough, Bale, I think that this was the key thing about Bale is that, I said this many years ago, that Bale has to realize the reality, which is that your Real Madrid career is over. Through no real fault of your own. Because you know what? Zidane has his vision for his team, and he knows his team has to play, and a manager doesn't owe anyone anything. Because people say, oh my gosh, look at what Origi did. Origi scored one of the most famous goals in Liverpool's history. So they say, okay, Klopp now owes Origi a starting place and so forth. No, he doesn't. Thank you, Origi, for doing that, and that is why you're here, because you're here whenever you're called upon to do something for the team. But as a manager and so forth, I have the right to pick the best possible team in my vision, and I can't just pick a team based on, oh, look at what you did for me in this big game, I'm always going to pick you. No. It's a meritocracy, and what you feel is right for each game. So that's the thing. It's like, Bale has, for me, I think Bale has been a success for Real Madrid. Okay, I don't care what anyone says. He scored the crucial goal in that CL final against Atletico Madrid, and he scored 2 goals in that final against Liverpool, one of which is one of the greatest CL goals we've ever seen. Guys, watch that free kick again. That free kick is ridiculous. That is an absolutely outstanding piece of technical skill ability. It's amazing. It's amazing what the guy did. But let's look at Tottenham right now. Tottenham, as is, are not winning a trophy. Harry Kane is not a big game player. Harry Kane is not world class. Harry Kane is a superb, amazing Premier League striker. I would liken Harry Kane to Aguero. I think Harry Kane and Aguero are more similar than they think, in the fact that these guys, they're Premier League merchants. They're domestic merchants. They're not world class players because they've not really done anything on the big time world stage. Harry Kane, you had your chance in the World Cup semi, you flopped. You only scored goals against Panama and so forth. So, that's my thing. I believe in Son. I think Son is superb. Son, I feel, is Tottenham's best player. But Son isn't big time. I think Son is just about world class, but it's not really big time. Bale is big time. And see, this is my thing, is risk. You see, there's always risk. If there was no risk in life, life would be boring. The risk is, are you going to get a fit Bale? Are you going to get beast mode? Because we don't need, no one needs Gareth. No one cares. Gareth's not going to do anything for Tottenham. Beast mode can win Tottenham a trophy. And I've always said, and this is even when this was rumored like a few years ago, I said that if you remember what Bale did for Tottenham with no Kane, no Son, and a baby Modric. And that guy was almost single-handed drove this guy to a trophy. So if he can get similar to that kind of stuff, because you know that Kane is going to score, Son is going to score, Moore is going to score, and you throw in Bale in there, Tottenham now have goals in this team. They now have goals in this team. And that would draw me close to believe that maybe Tottenham could do something. And guys, Uncle Mo has suffered. All of you people in this live chat, yes, you people, I'm talking to you people, you filthy, stinking haters. You sad people who you spend all your time hating on the guy who won a treble. Okay? Because I told you, like, if Uncle Mo does win a trophy against Tottenham, I am going to mock and insult all of you people because you guys are embarrassing, you're sad, you're hypocritical, and you're two-faced. All of you people, I'm sorry, I'm talking to all of you people here. You're all two-faced losers. So because your hate of Uncle Mo comes from a very dark, depressing place, and I think you guys need to fix yourself. So I think that for Uncle Mo, this is what he needs, because for a manager of his standing, he needs a break. And I am championing this move to Tottenham to help my boy Uncle Mo. Okay, because I told you, Uncle Mo was the guy who made Chelsea the biggest club in the world, and for that will forever be grateful for how he turned Chelsea from an average cool club to the biggest club in the world. So my thing here is, Tottenham have to get this deal. They must make this deal happen, and because the person who can ruin this is Daniel Levy, because Daniel Levy doesn't strike me as somebody who is very proactive, and especially watching the whole All or Nothing documentary, I'm like, yeah, my view on Levy is actually the same. He's a businessman. He's a casual Tottenham fan, but he's really a stout, very aggressive, pretty good businessman. But his main thing is he's a businessman. So he looks at things from a business point of view, not really from a competitive point of view. But see, Levy is different from Abramovich. If Abramovich was in this scenario, he would say, bro, what do you need? What's money? I will find money. I will steal money. I will do anything I can to get homeboy Gareth Bale. So that's the difference that we're dealing with there in owners, chairman, and so forth. But now, it's not guaranteed. He isn't the same Bale as he was before. He has declined. He isn't the same player. But it is worth the risk, especially on loan. You see, now, if Madrid said, okay, we want 90 mil, that's a risk. And I would, even if I still would actually take it, because no risk, no reward, I would understand if Liverpool were like, boom. If Real Madrid are offering you loan with an option to buy, bro, because Tottenham, they can afford his wages. And trust me, wages or not, the fact that Bale wants to come to Tottenham means that won't even be an issue. They can reach a deal. Because it's a difference if a player, okay, I'm not too sure, do I want to go? He's been here before. He knows the area and he wants to return. That will make negotiation skills a lot easier to do. So for me, I feel that this is a deal that has to be made. This is a deal that 100% has to be made. And I think, I don't know how Madrid fans are thinking. Shout out to your boy Sergio Red and all those guys. I believe this is a mistake because Real don't have a high quality right-sided attacker there. But my thing is that as much as I say that it's a mistake, Zidane is very stubborn. Zidane is a very stubborn man, and Zidane just won't budge. He'll be like, nope, I've made my decision. I ain't starting Bale. Bale is not part of my team. And I think Bale has realized that, you know what, I can laugh, play golf and everything, because I think Bale, he believes that eventually Zidane's hand will be forced and he'll play him. But I think Bale has realized that no, you're dealing with a horseman. You're dealing with a horseman, and this certain horseman is going to stand his ground and be like, bro, you're not playing. Doesn't matter what you do, doesn't matter how much pressure people put upon me, you are not part of my team, and that's it. And Bale, thankfully, I think it may be too little too late, because I think Bale should have realized this years ago. I think Once Bale scored those goals in the CL final and he was still benched, Bale should have fought hard to leave in the either in the 2018 summer window or the 2019 summer window. I think it was the 2019 summer window where like, oh Bale, you should have made that move. You should have made that move. So moving on to our next thing here. Now, I didn't think he would sign. I really didn't think this dude would sign, And I thought it would have been amusing if he didn't, you know. Let's just be real. It would have been amusing if Homeboy didn't sign. But guys, Arsenal fans, it is time for you to count your lucky days, because I think that this is one of Arsenal's biggest ever signings. And I think this was one thing that I said that Arsenal had to secure this. Aubameyang signs a new deal. Now, weren't Barcelona looking for him? That's my thing. I thought, weren't Barcelona looking for this dude? That's what I thought. Because again, if the cannibal is going to, well, we're going to talk cannibal. We're going to talk cannibal, But if you're assuming that the cannibal is going to leave, Barcelona need a striker. They need a striker, but we'll get to Barcelona. This was huge. Because if Arsenal had lost Aubameyang, I think they crumble. I'm not sure Aubameyang's value to Arsenal is on the same level as Messi to Barcelona and Cristiano to Juventus. Where if he leaves, the team is finished. Like, is it finished? The amount of value he brings, his contribution to Arsenal is insane. Like, there is no team in the Premier League, not even close, that is more valuable to their team than Aubameyang. There isn't one. You take out De Bruyne, you've got Sterling. You take out Sterling, you've got Mahrez, you've got all these dudes. Tottenham, you take out Harry Kane, you've got Son, you've got Moura. Tottenham reached the Champions League final without Harry Kane. Chelsea, which main guys? Like, you took away Hazard, all these guys and all these dudes contributed, whether it was from Tammy to Giroud, Mount, all those kinds of dudes. Liverpool, you take away Salah, Mane scored a lot of the crucial goals. But now for Liverpool, you take out Salah and Mane. Now that's different, but still, there isn't just that one player. You take away Aubameyang from Arsenal, that's it. The team is poverty. The team is poverty. Okay, so he is vital for Arsenal. And you see, on one hand, you say to yourself as Aubameyang, bro, you are one of the most clinical strikers in the world. Most clubs in the world would be like, Aubameyang, this guy knows how to finish. This guy knows how to put the ball at the net. Let's take him. Barcelona, you could do with Aubameyang. Juventus, you could do with Aubameyang. There are many top teams, big teams in the Champions League that could do with an Aubameyang. So, on one hand, I would have thought that Aubameyang would have maybe fought more aggressively with his agents to be like, you know what? Let's try and see what Barcelona is saying. Let's see what Juventus said. Which big team in the Champions League needs a striker? Because Arsenal getting into top 4 is going to be difficult. It ain't going to be easy. But on the other side, it's happiness. It's feeling relaxed and family. Now, maybe Aubameyang's family love London. They enjoy London. His kids like the school. He's captain of the side. He's got good friends there at Arsenal. He is enjoying himself there. But most importantly, that's all cool. But most importantly, under Emery, they were going fast nowhere. And I think that if Emery was still manager, Aubameyang would leave. But I just think that with what Arteta is coming through, and I think the project that this guy has, I feel that he's taking them in a more positive direction. And I think Aubameyang says, well, maybe with that, like, we may not win the league or win a major trophy, but you know what? I think that we could head in the right direction here. I think we could head in the right direction. Aubameyang is wasting his time at Arsenal. Should have never have left Dortmund. Would most likely have won the Bundesliga by now. No. Sorry. With Aubameyang, Dortmund still don't win the Bundesliga. They don't. And Aubameyang was right to leave Dortmund because Dortmund are a selling club. They're a selling club. So I don't know what you're on them about. Those guys are a selling club. Aubameyang was fully right. So my thing is, I get why he did this because look, man, when Aubameyang retires, an argument can be made that this guy he can go down as one of the most beloved players that Arsenal have ever had. Of course, Henry was part of the Invincibles. He won so many trophies. Ian Wright is beloved. Tony Adams is loved. And maybe these other players will win more. But in terms of his proximity to the fans, look, AFTV and Troops, these guys, they know him personally. So, but just in terms of his performance on the pitch, the goals he has scored, the goals, remember, not how many he scored, it's when he scored, the goals, the crucial goals that he has scored. He has to go down as one of the most beloved players, and I think that he appreciates the love that he has from the fans. Guys, don't worry, I will get to the super chats. Relax, I will get to the super chats. Guys, relax, I will get to it. Trust me, I've got everything under control here. So, well done for Arsenal, man. Well done for Arsenal. See, I feel that Arsenal are a threat. Arsenal are definitely a threat to get into top 4. Because with Aubameyang, they can get top 4. Now, can they win a trophy? Yes, they can win it because they already want to win a trophy. See, the main aim is, can Aubameyang being there lead them into the Champions League place? They have a greater chance now. With Aubameyang, they have a greater chance. And I just think overall, it's hard to say because is it a good or bad decision? Because on one hand, you would say, Aubameyang, I think you're one of the best strikers in the world. And somebody who's one of the best strikers in the world shouldn't be playing for Arsenal. And even the Arsenal fans, if Arsenal fans are objective, they wouldn't be angry if Aubameyang left for a bigger club because they're like, no. This is one of the best strikers in the world. And he's not playing in the Champions League. And this is not a team that is befitting of a man of his talents. But they're different things. Because Aubameyang is like, okay, yeah, that's cool. I would like to win the Champions League and so forth. But I'm weighing both things up. And I want to enjoy my football. Because I always say, okay, Henry, you won the Champions League, which is cool. You have the complete set. World Cup, Euros, Champions League, league title, and so forth. So you're one of the records, and that is why he left. Henry left because he wanted the completed set. And the thing, though, is that people will say, okay, he left. Would he now be hated? Homeboy still has a trophy, and he is the most beloved player in Arsenal's history. So maybe there's an argument that Aubameyang should have maybe moved to a Barcelona or like a Juventus, won a Champions League, and then that would actually now cement you as one of the top players, and that's something that you can now hold on your mantelpiece. But again, maybe he just wants to be happy. He doesn't want to leave, want to go anywhere. As long as you paid me right and paid me well, I'm good. So let's now roll to this dude here. Cho. I'm not sure whether Lampard has a future for my man Hudson-Odoi. And it started so brightly. For my man Cho. Because, remember when he first was there for Sarri? I remember when we were putting pressure on Sarri. Sarri, play the dude. I was like, no, this guy can definitely be one of the top wingers in the world. But it seems like his playing time is limited. And I think Hudson-Odoi is now looking at the fact that Ziyech has come in, Werner is there, Havertz is there, Pulisic is playing well. Hudson-Odoi says, how many chances am I going to get? So we are now hearing that Bayern, who were looking to get him in the previous window, are now coming back in. So first of all, you say to yourself, let's look at, before we go to the chart, let's look at Bayern. So on the left, it's pretty much secure with Sané and Coman, because Perisic was obviously gone. So I think what Hansi Flick is looking for is for an understudy and an alternative to Gnabry. If you're Hudson-Odoi, you take this move because there is more of a chance. First of all, two reasons. First reason is that there's more of a chance that you will get game time for Bayern Munich than he will with Chelsea, with all of the new signings that Chelsea have brought in. Secondly, I always say that more and more English players should move abroad. Look at McManaman. Once he moved abroad to Real Madrid, his football improved. His football improved, and I think because what you benefit is you're benefiting from a different culture. So you have your own culture, your English culture, but you're getting a bit of that Spanish sauce, getting a bit of that Dutch sauce, a bit of that German sauce, a bit of that French sauce, which is good. Because I always thought, it's good to travel, because you traveling, it expands your knowledge. It gives you more wisdom if you travel and you go to other countries and you see other things. So for Hudson-Odoi, I'm sure he loves Chelsea. He's a Chelsea boy and so forth. But it is what it is. It's about game time. It's about playing. And especially with the Euros coming in next summer, Southgate's ain't going to pick you if you're not playing. And I'm not sure how much game time he'll get under Chelsea. And the opportunity... See, the key thing for Hudson-Odoi is you have to have a conversation with Flick. Because you're not a Leroy Sané. Leroy Sané, he's a marquee signing. He's going to be starting here every game. He's like the top tier guy. So Coman is going to be the understudy to Leroy Sané. So 100%, I think that Hudson-Odoi will know for a fact that, okay, my strongest position is on the right. I am going to be the understudy to Gnabry. But then there's a conversation of, okay, how I know that Gnabry is the first choice, but realistically, how many games are you going to play me? And so forth. And it would help for Hudson-Odoi if can he play on the right, can he play on the left. If you can play both flanks, that greatly improves your chances. Although I think it'd be very hard for him to get that left flank unless you say Coman gets injured or Sané gets injured. Who knows? But again, like for me, you're looking at the whole Chelsea thing. I'll be real, guys. I'll be real with you. 4-2-3-1. That's the formation. The three. And I think, because this is what I said in the post-match, if everyone is fit, Ziyech on the right, Havertz, CM, Havertz, Cam, on the left, Pulisic, striker, Werner. If you now want to put Werner on the left, Giroud as a striker, Werner on the left, maybe Pulisic as a Cam, and on the right, Ziyech. So, whatever way you want to twist it, there isn't a scenario where if everybody's fit, Hudson-Odoi starts. So he'll have to be hoping that people get injured. And there's not going to be much chopping and changing because then, again, if let's say Ziyech comes, and also you have to also put in the whole Mount thing as well, because I think that if there's a pecking order, Mount is ahead of Hudson-Odoi. Lampard will look to Mount ahead of Hudson-Odoi. So there is... In both scenarios, you're not going to be a starter for Bayern or for Chelsea. But there's there's a greater likelihood you'll get more game time for Bayern than you will for Chelsea. But I'll be real with you. Based on the players that Chelsea have, I don't start Hudson-Odoi. He's a talented dude that can definitely that brings a certain kind of electricity on that wing for Chelsea. But if everybody's fit, I won't start him. I can't start him ahead of Werner. I can't do it. I can set him ahead of the sick. I can't do it. I can set him ahead of the Ziyech. I can't do it. I can't do it. If the Ziyech is injured or Werner's unavailable or the sick is unavailable, then put him in there. But he is not a first choice that I'll put ahead of him. So for me, I think he should take this Bayern move. And no Chelsea fan should be grudging because every player wants to play. Every player wants to play. And he, more than anything, definitely wants to play. So it is what it is, man. So moving to our next lovely thing. Oh, who is this dude? It's our dear friend here, man. Our good old friend. I think you know him. You might not know him, but it's Jaws. So, Jaws, his move to Juventus has broken down. This is bad news. This is really, really bad news for Juventus. Because, yes, he's declining. Yes, the cannibal is declining. Yes, I realize he's not been eating enough human flesh. He's not. But even a declining, poor man's decrepit cannibal is still better than Gonzalo Teletubby Belly Higuain. And I feel that he would have been a very good signing for Juventus to complement Costa, Dybala, Cristiano. I don't know why this broke down. I don't know why this didn't happen, but this is bad for Juventus. Now for Barcelona, they now have an issue. They now have a problem because Ronald Koeman definitely wants to offload him, and there's no place for him. So there's still time because the transfer window closes in October. So the time is running out. But I think the last that we've heard is that he's now looking for a club. He's looking for a club. So we could see Ajax. Is it? You have to now look at guys who are looking for a striker. Again, for someone like Cameron, do you see that could happen? He could potentially say, you know what, let me return back to Ajax. Let me go back. I know the club and I know so forth, and every other club out there already has a striker that is really spoken for. Or do PSG say what's up? Do PSG say so? Do PSG be like Cavani? He's obviously trying to look for a club. Icardi has been trash. Choupo-Moting, no. So maybe for PSG, we don't actually have a true quality striker. And Cannibal would work very well and complement Neymar and Mbappe. He would work very well with those three. So yeah, but for Juventus, man, this is bad news. I don't know. Does anybody know why this actually broke down? Oh, MLS. But see, my thing about this is that for the Cannibal, MLS is like, okay, you failed. It's over. It's finished. So I don't think that he'd go to MLS because I don't think Cannibal feels that he's retired. Once you go to the MLS, you've retired. Which is why, like, what happened with Ibrahimovic was a bit weird because for Ibrahimovic, it was like he went to the MLS. Okay, you've retired. But he then went back to Milan and was actually bowling for Milan. So I was like, that's a bit weird. I don't think he goes to MLS. I don't think he goes to MLS. I feel that, and I don't think he goes to Atletico because I still think he'll respect Barcelona and maybe Messi too much to go to like a rival. Because Atletico are a rival of Barcelona and I don't think he'd want to do that. PSG is a possibility. I think Ajax is a strong possibility. Dortmund already have Haaland. No one in the Premier League. Tottenham, nah. Probably, but then would Klopp want him though? That's the thing. Would Klopp want a 30-something declining Cannibal? Oh, okay. So Ishik cannot acquire an Italian passport before the UCL registration window closes. Oh, so this was wow. No, because no. This would have really greatly helped you, Juventus. 100%. It would have greatly helped you, Juventus. Because Cristiano needs help. He needs help. And I think that even a Cannibal at his age is just enough to give Cristiano just that little bit of help. It's just enough to give him that little bit of help to really give them just that push. Is there a possibility that Ronald Koeman changes his mind? And he says that, you know what? Maybe I could use you. So, because, again, we're obviously going to get to Depay and so forth. So if they get to Depay isn't a striker. Unless he's saying that I'm going to use Depay as a striker or use him as like a false nine, which I don't really know. But I think Calvin Lewin is already spoken for. I think Ancelotti believes in Calvin Lewin. So I don't think that he's going to. Now, I mean, also as well, because he likes Liverpool and so much, he won't move to Everton because obviously that is like Liverpool's main rival, man. So yeah, man. I mean, look, as I said again, Koeman, I don't think he will do a U-turn because I mean he could do a U-turn. He could be like, oh, maybe like I could use you, but when a man, it's similar to Zidane. When a manager is so steadfast in saying that, nah, I'm not about that life, piss off, get lost. Like, nah, you're not part of my plans. Well, that was one of the first things that Koeman did. The first thing Koeman did is that, no, you're not part of my plans, get lost, we don't need you, move on. And for me, I have to respect that because, see, Cannibal, let's just be real, how much has he really contributed to Barcelona in these past few years? Yes, he can score a goal here and there, like he scored a goal in that 8-2, like he can do something in one or two games, and he has scored some really good goals. But the MSN era, where I think that's the when he scored 40 Gs, he ain't doing that. He's not dropping 40 Gs anymore. So if he's not going to be able to give you that, you as Koeman, you have to now look to someone, because remember, this is a regeneration project. This is about rebranding and rebuilding. And if you're rebranding and rebuilding, you have to get rid of old wood. You have to get rid of old wood and old players. So, but keeping the theme on Barcelona. Keeping the theme on Barcelona, it is becoming closer and closer that homeboy is going to join. So it's very close that this is about to happen. So Depay to Barcelona. Now, a lot of Barca fans are saying that screw Koeman, you piece of crap, you absolute a-hole. How dare you go for flipping Memphis and say, this is Barcelona. Why are we going for a dude who isn't up to Barcelona standard? We should be going for the very best. Beggars can't be choosers. And post 8-2, okay? Post 8-2, I don't want to hear peep out of you. I don't want to hear peep out of you. So I think that, in terms of Depay, this is my thing. I feel that Depay is a real quality player. And I look at I'm thinking of Depay for the Netherlands and how Depay plays for the Netherlands and how he plays under Koeman. And I remember watching those Nations League games and I was like, this guy is a really good player. And the way that this guy is being used and how he's playing is, this is a very interesting, smart, intelligent, technical player. And Koeman is building a team in his own image, which is his right. It is his right for him to build a team in his own image. Okay? So you guys said, oh no. This is how he wants his team to be. This is how he wants his team to play, and he has every right to do so. And the best thing to do is fail on your own terms. Fail playing your own philosophy. The worst thing to do is fail not being yourself. Fail trying to imitate something else. So Koeman is like, I want Wijnaldum, I want Depay, here is what it is. Because at the end of the day, it's about winning and succeeding, because Koeman knows that if I fail, I'm screwed. And I'm sacked. So before Barca fans now start saying, oh my gosh, we're getting Depay and everything. Well, the season hasn't started. It's about winning games. It's not about, okay, what would you rather do? Lose with top tier, amazing players, or win with Depay and Wijnaldum? Surely it's about winning. So until we see the 5 games, 6, 7, 10 games that Barcelona play, you can't place a judgment on Depay and so forth. Because in my estimation is, rather than looking at the player, trust in the manager. Now, if you don't trust the manager, okay, that's your prerogative. But even if you don't trust in the manager, can we wait for the season to start? Can you give him a few games? How can you judge a manager when Barcelona have not played any games so far? And you see, I would have been way more excited if Messi wasn't in this. Then I'd be like, see, I'm all about new. I'm all about new, brand spanking new. Let's say what's up. So I'd have been far more intrigued to see, okay, how different can this team look? You know? But the issue now is because here's my thing. I thought and I believe that okay. I thought and I believe that this team would be Depay would play Messi's role. So because I thought that Depay would play Messi's role, that is why, in my view, I was like, so how is this supposed to work? How is this supposed to work if Depay and Messi are both there? Because I believe that if Messi left, Depay would play the role as the free roaming playmaker. So guys, let's go tactical. Let's bring up this tactical shebang because this is how I thought things would go. Let's go tactical here, guys, shall we? What are we doing? Oh, what the heck? Sorry. Bear with me. Let's do some tactics, guys. Wait, what the heck? Why does this keep on changing? Sorry, guys. Let me just get this tactical thing. Screw you, you bitch. Aha, there we go. Okay. There we go. So, let's do some tactical shebang. So, here's my thing. So, let's say you have Depay. This is what I think he would have done with our homeboy. And you have... See, this is what I think he could have done. Maybe you guys can help me out here. Griezmann. Potentially maybe even Wijnaldum. So obviously I have De Jong. Suppose is he still going to use Busquets? So see, my thing here is that so let's say Messi wasn't around, who would his striker be? That's my thing. Is that who would his striker be if Messi wasn't around? That's my thing. Because you see, Griezmann has to be played here. Because really, Griezmann's strongest position is behind the striker. That is his strongest position. So let's just say Messi is still here. Let's just, as Messi is here. If Messi is still here, Messi is obviously the number 10, or he's rather been given the free role. So this is just the midfield three, whoever it is. So if he gets Depay, I'm thinking that they're going to do something like a weird false 90 because Depay isn't like an in-the-box striker kind of dude. So, or do they play this? Or do they play a thing where Messi, we know that Messi is really deep, you play Griezmann off of Depay, so sort of as two strikers, and Griezmann is a supporting striker, and Messi is just a roaming free dude there. I don't know how good Depay, because I think Depay's strongest position is here. I think this is his strongest position. So if you put him there and put Griezmann in there, I'm not sure how that works. So I don't really know how this would operate for me personally. No, you say no. Well, Cannibal is not part of his team. Cannibal is not part of his team. You know, Cannibal is not part of his team. So who is his striker? That's what I want to know. Who is this dude's striker? Basically, we have to wait and see what happens because I still believe that Koeman's plan, and Koeman had a very clear plan without Messi. And I think that his plan was to roll with Homeboy. So you guys are saying 4-2-3-1. Okay, wait. All right, so if you're saying 4-2-3-1, 4. Wait, ignore the names. So 4-2. So if we're saying 4-2-3-1, then we have a conundrum. So obviously De Jong is in there. So let's say that's not Busquets. That's someone in there. We don't know who that is. Messi definitely has to play in the middle in this role. I don't see him putting Messi out wide. So we have this conundrum because Griezmann, as we know, can't play out wide. So whether you put Griezmann here or you put Griezmann here, he's not going to be good. The Oos. I knew I was forgetting someone. How could I forget the dude? The Oos. So yes, this works. The Oos, that works. But we now have this issue here. So if Depay comes in here, Depay has to be in the middle because I believe that if, let's say, Messi wasn't around, I think what he would have done is that's the thing this is because you have a conundrum because the issue is Griezmann's strongest role is in the middle. Griezmann's strongest role is in the middle. So is there a way that you get Griezmann in the middle? Oh yeah, Fati as well. So obviously if the thing about it though is that look, I'm not sure whether if Griezmann can't play in the middle, I don't know how he fits in this team. So maybe you have something like this, because the Oos played on the right for Dortmund, so we know he can play on the right, and it's also he's 2-footed. Fati's strongest position is out on the left, and we know we have Messi in there, and we have Depay in there. So you know what I believe? Yeah, this is weird. So if Koeman has Messi, where does Depay play? Because can Depay play as a striker? Can Depay play as a false nine? Yeah, so yeah. Someone has to lose out. But I think the biggest conundrum is Griezmann. Because Griezmann's strongest position is as a supporting striker. That is where you get the best out of Griezmann. You look at Griezmann let's look at him for France. His defined specific position is I play just behind the striker. So I can make key runs, attacking runs, and I'm making dirty runs into the box. So people are saying, oh, they will interchange, they will combine, which is cool. You know, to get the best out of your player, play him in his strongest position. Not every player can adapt. Not every player can say what's up in their secondary position. So, and some people say like you've also got Coutinho, so looking for and everything. Yeah, and I suppose if they get Wijnaldum, then I suppose he's going to have a midfield of De Jong and Wijnaldum. So basically, it's going to be a very Dutch team. It's going to be a very, very Dutch team. I would have been so excited if Messi wasn't here. Because if Messi wasn't here, then I'd be like, my gosh, what is this team going to look like? Because you're going to see a brand whole new team. So look, I said again, like we'll see when they play and how they roll. Bro, why Barcelona got Pjanic is beyond me. How those guys got Pjanic is beyond me. So guys, send in your questions, guys. I'll do about 25 minutes of questions, man. Send in thy questions, dear sire. Your boy is here to take your questions, guys. Your boy is here to take your questions, man. Send them in, dear sire. Send them in. So Amchikri says that name a greater manager than Fergie. Mourinho. He brought Chelsea their first ever Premier League title, won 2 Champions Leagues with 2 different teams, and he won a treble with Inter Milan. There we go. And Mourinho's impact on management was far greater. Oh, and also, so basically Mourinho won the Premier League, he won La Liga, and he won the Serie A. So he won the league in 3 different countries, Champions League with 2 different teams. I'm sorry, that for me is more successful and greater than Fergie. Boy down that in his career, do you consider Messi an inside forward? For me, I think for me, Messi is many different things, man. Many different things. Um, I think at a point he was an inside forward. So basically, for during the era of when it was Villa and Pedro, and what's it called? So when it was the era of Villa and Pedro and the era of Henri and Eto, he was an inside forward. But then as he grew older and as his passing skills improved, remember what Messi to begin with was just a dribbler. All he did was just dribble and shoot. But as he grew older, improved his skills, then his passing became better, his creativity became better, his vision became better, his playmaking became better. So he then has now moved deeper. So you could say that early part of his career was an inside forward. Later part of his career, he's now like, well, a portion he was a false nine, and I think this later part of his career has become like a creative free role playmaker. So, Lamptey or Chilwell? Well, based on what I saw from Lamptey, because he was probably the best guy on that pitch. He absolutely tore Alonso's a-hole open. He ripped him to bits. Okay, he ripped him to flipping bits. So yeah, I'd say him. You know, but let me see Chilwell play. I'm not sold on Chilwell, and I don't see why there was such a big deal for Lampard to try and get Chilwell. Maybe it was the whole English quarter. But look, let me see what he does, man. Let me see what the homeboy does. What if Fati plays as a striker? No, because my thing again is that based on his playing style, how he plays and everything, I wouldn't really want. I don't think it would have to play him as a striker. Dude is 17. You don't want to stunt his growth by playing him in a position that he does not feel most comfortable or he does not feel strongest at. So that for me is I wouldn't advise that. Keep him as a left wider attacker, and that is where he can grow. That's where he can grow. So no, don't play him as a striker. Should the goalpost be a few inches bigger? Teams are so defensive now. This would reward attacking football. You know, they already made the goalpost bigger already. I think it was towards the end of the 90s or something. They made the goalpost bigger. For me, no. The beauty about football and when we love football so much is because it's difficult. It's difficult to score. And because what I don't want is the game to be made easier for attackers and harder for the defenders. Because what I don't want are sometimes it's cool to have a 5-4-4-3 game. I don't want to be having 5-4-4-3 games every single game like basketball where it's like go. No. Football is like chess, and we like it because it's intriguing, it's psychological, and it's a game of the minds, and there's a lot of mystery behind it, you know, and it's about because just to get the goal is hard, and the difficulty of getting the goal is what breeds the beauty of the game. So you now making it harder for the defenders, making it harder for the keepers, and making the goals a lot bigger, giving more and more easier softer fouls to attackers. No. I said again, I don't think there's any rule that needs to be introduced. I think everything is cool as is. You don't have to bring in any rule. Like how guys are considering bringing in 5 subs. No. 5 subs is a garbage idea. 5 subs is an absolutely garbage idea. Don't do that. So from Andrew, it says an option to sign for 2 seasons. Mbappe or Neymar, and why? For 2 seasons, I might have to say Neymar. And the reason why I say Neymar is you're going to get more out of him. Remember, this is 2 seasons. Because that Mbappe, you can give it 10 seasons. But if for 2 seasons, I think Neymar is still at his peak and so forth with regard to his year, And Neymar gives you goals and he gives you creativity and playmaking. Mbappe just mainly gives you goals. So I can get more out of Neymar in my team and more value and productivity out of Neymar in my team as opposed to homeboy, also Mbappe. So, but it's just that if he does come and say you're banned from seeing your sister and so forth, man. Oh, hey HH, what is your opinion on Havertz on Werner's debut yesterday? Yeah, look, man. I thought Werner looked really good. He looked really good, and my only shame is that Lampard didn't create the formation to make best use of Werner, who was looking really sharp, and was getting himself in very good positions. I think Kai Havertz, again, it wasn't his greatest game. He definitely struggled, and he even commented and said, "Look, man, Premier League is tight. Premier League ain't easy, and and he even commented that the Premier League is definitely tougher than Bundesliga, and it's going to take time to adjust." And I think that perhaps in the Bundesliga you're given a lot more time to think about what you want to do, but in the Premier League it's very fast and very quick. It's much more physical, and guys are coming at you. So Havertz, he has this kind of stuff. He just has to think quicker, but he wasn't helped. He wasn't helped because he was played out of position. Woman was played out of position. Like, I don't know how many games he's played wide right for Leverkusen. For most games for Leverkusen, he's played in the middle as a playmaker. So I don't know what Lampard was, because that's my fear for Lampard is he's trying to be too clever. Lampard, you don't have much experience in management and so forth. You just got here. Keep it simple. Keep it simple. There was no reason whatsoever for you to experiments like that. That is a crazy experimentation. I don't think Loftus-Cheek has ever played that far high up ever in his career. And you playing Havertz out wide, it's made no sense whatsoever. It made no sense whatsoever. Even with the injuries, it made no sense. Okay, let's just. The Germans are down flopped. All right, what else are you guys saying? Man? Wait, pot 2 forwards. Is that pot 2 for the Champions League? Do you see Lacazette having a good season? Probably. I think that I thought Lacazette would be a lot better when he actually came in from Lyon, and he's not really had that kind of impact. So I think he'll have a decent season. I don't know whether he'll have a great season. I think he's one of those guys where if he'll have like that one really good game, but then he'll have other games where he'll just pretty much quiet. So he'll be very much up and down. I don't think you're going to get like a consistent season out of Lacazette. I think he has hit his ceiling, and I don't think that you're going to get this true amazing player out of him, which is the reason why I feel Arteta went for Willian, because I think Arteta feels like he needs another good, interesting, alternative attacking outlet to help complement to Aubameyang, and I think if Willian can produce balls like that across Aubameyang, which led to his goal, they can say what's up. They can definitely say what's up. But yeah, I just felt that Lacazette, and remember when Lacazette first came to Arsenal, like his first few games, he was alright. The guys I said, oh, this guy was pretty good. But since then, he's just nah. Mo, this is one of the great mysteries of life. It's like the mysteries of the UFOs, because this is what I think. This is what I think, and this is my belief. It's a case of where he looked good in Spain, and then when he he looked good in Spain, and then when he then came to Chelsea, he just became crap. It's just one of those crazy things, because he said to himself, okay, Surely these scouts aren't drug dealers, or they're not sniffing skunks and Riga. So surely these scouts obviously saw a guy who was a very good, decent keeper. So my only thing is, for some strange reason, this is where the mystery comes in. He looked good for Spain, good enough for Chelsea to spend that much amount on him. But for some strange, mysterious reason, which we need to find out, he now comes over to Chelsea and is a horrendous keeper who can't make simple saves. I have no idea. So, because I say more like, surely this, you see, the scouts picked up with this. There is no way that the scouts didn't look at him extensively and say, yeah, bro, it's good, but this amount of money, because we saw him make it. Because if he made these kinds of mistakes, then surely the scouts would have been like, guys, yeah, he's everything is good. He's a good shot stopper, but some easy shots he lets in. So yeah, it's wild. From Just Beston, Pogba should leave United for Madrid. I feel bad for him. It's down to him. It's Pogba. It is down to you, because you see, I'm not one of those guys that are like, legacy guys. Man United in 2020 are not a big club footballing wise. Like the shirt doesn't mean anything in 2020. Now, as a brand, they were still one of the biggest brands in the world. Fact. Pogba, you are, wait, how old is Pogba now? Yeah, Pogba is 27. So at 27 years of age, you're right in the midst of your peak. And I don't think that Pogba, you're doing yourself any favor staying at United under Solskjaer, because Man United are not winning anything. Man United are not in contention to win the Premier League. Man United are not in contention to win the Champions League. They're not even going to be in a competitive mode to win any of those trophies. So it would be, in my view, advisable that he moves to either Real Madrid or to Juventus. Either. I think that Juventus would be more advisable, because I think that, I think Zidane is dead set on his three of Casemiro, Kroos, and either Fede Valverde and Modric. And I think Juventus, they need a Pogba. I don't think there's a major kind of big midfielder there. So, I mean, if Pogba goes to Juventus, I don't see how he doesn't start. And Juventus, so if Juventus have a Pogba in them, they get someone else with Cristiano, Dybala, Chiellini, and so forth, Szczesny, that's looking like a good, robust team that can win the Champions League. So I just don't know why he's still out. And if you're a United fan, you shouldn't have any beef with him wanting to leave. You shouldn't have any film piece that of him wanting to leave. But I think right now, I believe that he's staying at United. I don't see him leaving, man. How long do you think Neymar will stay at PSG? That's a funny one, because I just don't see the Barcelona thing happening anytime soon. Because I feel if he leaves PSG, the only place I can think of him going is to Barcelona. I don't see him going to Juventus, going to thingy. So I think there are only two options. Either he remains at PSG for the foreseeable future, next 4, 5, 6 years, or he just goes back to Barcelona. Now, check this out, guys. So what if Messi commits? Now, he may change his mind, but let's say Messi just says, you know what, this is my final season, it's my final year. He doesn't sign a contract extension, and he does leave Barcelona at the end of the season. And he leaves. Now that's a vacant spot. And Neymar is like, aha, I can now come back and become the king of Barcelona. That is a potential thing that could happen. That is a potential scenario that could happen, where he now goes back then, is like, you know what, I'm going back to be that dude. Could happen. It could happen. But But yeah, I mean, I just don't see. Yeah, Neymar isn't going to the Premier League, man. Let's keep it real. He's not going to the EPL. Um, Wait, so okay, what the hell did Aula say about the price? They keep saying I should read this guy's also Leon President Jean-Michel Aula claims Barcelona cannot afford Memphis Pie. Barcelona said they can't afford to make Memphis offer. But this Aula guy, he says a lot of stuff, man. Yeah, so the guy just amounts of a lot. But so Barcelona are poor. This is where the issue comes through is that I get how valuable Messi is to Barcelona and so forth, you know. But don't you think that it would have been in Barcelona's interests if Messi says he wants to leave, you want to rebuild, you get 150? Because Man City for the 150. So for 150, you can get maybe you guys say like let's push it to like 180 or 190. So let's just go 180. Look, it's missing 181 or 150. Give us Jesus, give us Bernardo Silva, specifically Jesus because we need a strike. Give us Jesus, Bernardo Silva. Let me say Aguero. We still have the 150 that can give us Depay or someone else. Because I don't think like with Messi there, with his wages, you're not getting that transfer thing. Maybe they can't afford it. Because maybe in this whole COVID thing and so forth, maybe Leon are quoting 120 or 130 for Depay. So, Jefferson, Nate did say he wanted to play for Flamengo. Well, if he wanted to play for Flamengo, that's going to be at the end of his career. It's similar to the whole thing with where I think Messi to New York's Old Boys or maybe Cristiano back to Sporting Lisbon. It's one of those things where he's not going to go to Flamengo like within the next few years. No way, man. It's not happening. Oh, what Brickness is saying what's up. I'm not normally a better, but basically, I bet £5 on Ronaldo R9 to be top scorer at the 2006 World Cup. He turned up overweight, and he wasn't top scorer. So after that happened, I then made a promise to myself that I'm done, and I'm never ever betting again. So yeah, so shout out to Aaron. So Aaron, as much as I love to meet you, you do owe me £5, man, because yeah, I mean, I wasted £5 on you. Well, what else do you guys say, man? Who's the biggest brand, Zlatan or Neymar? That's an interesting one. I would still say Neymar. I would still say Neymar because Neymar is still very active and very much at the heights. I mean, Zlatan does very well for promoting his brand. You know, basically, I am Zlatan, I'm a lion and so on. And I think Zlatan is very, very charismatic. And I think that he's got a great character about himself. But I think the thing with Neymar is that first of all, Neymar is the better player. He's still considered one of the best players out there. And he's got a very bubbly personality. And he's got a very, and even if people will say that he's arrogant and so forth, he's got a strong personality about him. So I just think his brand, I think, is strong. And I think, let's say I'm a sponsor, am I going to throw money behind like a 38-year-old? Even if he's charismatic and people love him, or would I throw my heart around a 28-year-old who is still considered one of the best players in the world playing for PSG? Like Neymar as a brand, I just think it's he's a more marketable and better one, man. No, I will not button up my shirt, man. You will take a look at this hairy chest, bro. It is what's more pleasing to see a nutmeg or an ankle breaker. Um, Ankle breaker, for sure. Even in basketball as well, ankle breakers are better. Thing with a nutmeg is, oh, geez, But see, an ankle breaker is you have messed up a player so badly, you're making them do the Macarena. So I think that there is a lot more skill involved, and it's a lot more impressive invoking an ankle breaker than a nutmeg. A nutmeg is still a pretty good skill to do because a nutmeg is really about impeccable timing. But I just think I mean, the whole ankle breaker thing, nah. Like that is always pleasing, man. That is always pleasing. Um, yeah. So what I was reading, this is on Bleacher Report, was so this could be somewhat of a swap. So again, these are all rumors. So Bale would go to back to Tottenham, and Dele would go to Real Madrid. But my thing for Dele to Real Madrid, so his role is as an attacking midfielder, pretty much very similar to I think the strongest role for Isco. So if he was to go there, homeboy plays 4-3-3. Zidane's missed him is 4-3-3. Zidane doesn't really do 4-2-3-1. Or 4-1-3-2. Like he plays 4-3-3. So in a 4-3-3, where does Dele go? He can't go on the right. He can't go on the left. He definitely can't go in that midfield three. So I don't see how that would work. I don't know how that would work. The only way that he would play is he puts the mid three, and then he just wants to instruct him just to really be the guy that's running up. So yeah, I find that a bit strange, man. Um, is Lucien Favre a break? Yes, he is a break. He is a very overrated manager, and he's now he's super underrated, man. Yes, I will. I just need to find out the right day. So look on the community page. I will do because I think you guys still need to watch the 6 episodes. So I'll probably do it. I'll probably do it tomorrow. I'll probably do it tomorrow for you guys. Maybe late night tomorrow. I'll allow you guys to watch the episode. So watch for tomorrow. Um, how good was Pele really? Serious question. This is the thing. Like this is just where I have been with the whole Pele thing. None of us here, everybody here in this live chat was alive to see him play. And always believe that one should always trust in the eye test, which is why I said whenever you name the best players ever, I always like saying the best players ever of those that you watch. You can't just go, oh well, because he won this trophy. So none of you should be saying this Stefano. No. Now, if you want to say Di Stefano is great, cool, based on his achievements. But nobody should ever open the match and say Di Stefano because none of you are alive to see him play. But one thing about Pele is I just use my logic. And my logic states that if all these people say he's the best player they've ever seen, and these guys have seen R9, they've seen Maradona, they've seen Rivaldo, they've seen Ronaldinho, they've seen Cristiano, they've seen Messi, they've seen all these guys, and they still say Pele is the best player they've ever seen, that dude must have been absolutely incredible. And I think, as I said before, I think the thing about Pele is he was just one of those dudes that was a game changer. And I think he was a pioneer. I think because he was the first to do certain things, that is why he's that dude, But let's talk about this dude, guys. I want to see what you guys think about this dude. Let's get some thoughts here, man. So, what do you think this guy's legacy is? What do you think his legacy is? This guy. Overrated? Underrated? Should have done more? A true legend? Where does this man here, the theory, where does he rank with you guys? Because this is where I am with Henry. He is the greatest player in Premier League history, and I will argue to say that he's the best player in Premier League history. That's what I believe. So my thing is, the thing about it is that can we? How do we rank him amongst the other greats? Because the I have these are my main two beefs with Henry. He did amazing things, scored some of the most amazing goals, and I think he's definitely one of the best, most impressive, complete strikers we've ever seen. And I think before the whole false nine thing and so forth, he was like the first false nine. There was a season where I think Henry got like 20 something. I think doesn't Henry still hold the record for the most assists? So how, as a striker, you're getting 20 something assists is insane. So he literally see R9 really began telling guys that well, strikers can be different. We can be different, but I think Henry really went to the next level in what we see as strikers. So before Firmino, before Messi, and so forth, before Benzema, Henry, I believe, was the true first and true pioneer of making the striker the playmaker, in terms of the striker actually being a real form of producing and creating and providing for other players. But my I have two main beefs with Henry is the '06 CL final, maybe as well the Invincible season where you were invincible and you never even made to the CL final. Chelsea boy win breach Chelsea, and also France. How good was his French career really? World Cup, he hardly really featured in the World Cup. Euro 2000 could France, but Euro 2000 Euro 2000 okay cool. Actually Euro 2000 I'll give him that amazing goal that he scored against Jamaica, and he also scored the goal in the semi against Portugal. So I'll give him that. But I think like his French career as a whole wasn't really well. He did score the goal in '06, but I always had issues that the Henry we saw for Arsenal wasn't the same Henry we saw for France. And there just seemed to be a massive difference in performance and just how he played for Arsenal as he did for France, you know. So I'm just going to say that watch Pele did it 50 years ago for eye test. I will. I'll put it on. And yes, I will watch a separation during I will watch a separation. I'll watch that, man. He won the world. So did Abeloa. So did Stefan Givash. So what does that mean? Abeloa is a World Cup winner. So is Stefan Givash. So is like there are some sideshow people who have won a World Cup. So you just being part of a team that's won a World Cup is different from you contributing to winning a World Cup. It's the same thing that I said to Cristiano. Yeah, Cristiano has technically won the Euros, but how much did he truly contribute to winning the Euros? Yeah, he contributed, but he literally did nothing in the final, the biggest game. So that's it. To really show yourself as a defining player is you have to have contributed in the final. You have to contribute in the final. That is when you're really saying to your legacy, not in the semi, not in the quarter. You have to make a contribution in the final. If you don't, I don't know how much value I can give to you contributing. You know? So in the 98, yeah, he did. I don't think he even played in the 98 final. I don't think he did. And I believe was it him and Tracy in Euro 2000 as well? But yeah, he didn't really contribute there as well. So shout out to your boy Wilton and Trezeguet, who scored the winning goal. So yeah, I mean for France it's a bit since Zidane was the guy carrying France to the World Cup, even Vieira had a bigger impact than Henry. Well, if we're talking about 2006, yes. 98, no. 98, it was a team. It was literally a team effort. There wasn't a star player for France. Who scored the two goals in the semis? It was Thuram. You know, the right back. He scored the two goals. So France was definitely much of a team effort. But to this day, I still believe that if R9 was fully fit, Brazil win that. But yeah, it's like I just think like Henry, his club thingy is unrivaled, and he was technically speaking just an incredible player. Like some of the stuff, if you just look at some of the goals that this guy scored, the repertoire of some of his goals, this guy scored some absolutely insane G's. Some absolutely insane, out of this world G's. So that's my thing. There we go. Giro also has a World Cup. Guys, there are some just regular don't have a World Cup. It's not about whether you are part of a team or winning World Cup. It's what did you do? What did you do, man? What did I say, man? Would you say Henry is better than Benzema? Um, as a player overall, yes. Now, who has had a better career? Benzema has had a better career. Four UCLs, a few La Ligas, there, Copa del Rey, he's had a better career. Um, well, has he though? No, he hasn't. So Henry has a Premier League, FA Cup, a Champions League, a treble, a World Cup, and a Euro. So in terms of just trophies, no. Henry has had a better career. Henry has had a better career, in my view. I think he's had a better career. Um, what do you think? What do you think about World Cup matches closer? It's so funny whenever I put the whole thing. People, whenever I was critical of Christian and saying all this stuff, people say, "Oh, so is Maragosa and closer the greatest players ever because you hold the World Cup in such high standing?" No, you dumb genius. The point is, Klose and Gotha can't be greats because they've not done anything club-wise. They've not made an impact on the club game. But Klose, bro, he's in history. The highest goal scorer at World Cups. That is historic. It is what it is. That is historic. So you can't sneeze at that. But so for me, Klose isn't one of the best players in the world. I wouldn't put him as the top 20 greatest strikers ever. But his impact on the World Cup is historic because right now, when I say, "Oh, who has scored the most goals as World Cups?" Or who's the highest World Cup goal scorer? It's Miroslav Klose. So is what it is. So he's just one of those guys who are come the World Cup, he's there to show up. So shout out to that dude, man. Four UCLs greater than anything. But you say this, but if you ask any guy, they will trade all the Champions Leagues for one World Cup. There is no greater achievement than winning something for your country. See, that's what people don't understand. Most people, apart from if you're a psychopath, most people love their country more than their club. The club that's a means of employment. That's a company you work for. Your country is your upbringing, it's your family, it's your identity, it's your culture. There is a thank you, Danny Jones. Thank you for this new format. Yeah, man. We're changing things up, man. So basically, people are more connected. They're more connected to their country than they are to their club. So obviously, guys would prefer to we would want to win something with their country than a club. Guys, a club is your job. A club is your job. So that's the thing. You say this. That's because England haven't won anything since 1966. If England were to win a Euro or a World Cup, look at how quickly they change. Guys, trust me, because I live in England. I know how English people are. They only care more about their clubs because England keep on failing. If England won a trophy, boom. Trust me. If they won a Euros or a World Cup, they will quickly start, and this country would literally be turned upside down in celebration. So that's the thing. Because see, maybe it's something that we'll talk about later in the week on a live and everything, because you do realize that club teams are expensively assembled. So, isn't it easier to win a Champions League than it is a World Cup? Because for a World Cup, you just have to work with what you have. You have less time to train, less time to know your players, less time to get acclimatized with who your guys are. But if you go for a club, you can buy whoever you want. You can build your team to your liking. You have way more training. You know your teammates a lot better. So isn't it easier to play better, work better, and operate better with your club than it is with your country? Come on, bro. Come on. Um, yeah, no. I mean, so see, just going back onto Henri, I think. See, Henri is a tricky one because if Henri at his peak is similar to the whole Totti thing. So if Henri at his peak played for Madrid or Barcelona at his peak, I think he would have been looked at differently. I think he is respected for how good he was, his talent. But I don't think many people really respect his career because when you look at the Champions League he won, I think really the main guys, because when you think about that 08-09 treble, the main guys you talk about are Iniesta, Xavi, Eto'o, Messi. Those are really the main guys. Obviously, Henri contributed, but the main guys really were Eto'o, Messi, Xavi, Iniesta. So that's the thing is that he made his contribution because see, that front three really functioned very well for the treble. But I don't think he was really that much critical for these guys than anyone else, man. Um, yeah, that's my thing. Only that's a funny one, man. Would you like the US to win a World Cup? What do you think would happen? I would only like the US to win the World Cup if they cared about football. So I would not want America to win the World Cup now. No way. Because they don't care about football. You can't give the World Cup to a country that doesn't have the same passion for it like everyone else. So until they take it seriously. No. Now, if they were to win the World Cup, I think America would celebrate big time. Because as much as America likes to show off, like, okay, look how we have, like, the NFL, Super Bowl, all that kind of stuff, they know deep down that the World Cup is the biggest sporting event on the planet. They know. And Americans are very patriotic, super patriotic. So for them to win it, it would be like a full-on party. And see, this is the thing though. If they were to win it, and you see how big a deal it would be, and how global it would be, and how it would be on all the news, then that would give them the catalyst to invest more in football academies in America. Because the issue in America is, see, in almost every country, football is accessible to everyone. See, everywhere apart from America, football is the working man's sport. Anybody can gain access to playing football. It's the sport for the common folk. Like cricket, golf, that's like for elites, colonial, all that crap. But in America, it's only accessible to rich white chicks. It's mainly rich white chicks who play football. And that's it. So not many guys gravitate towards it. But America, you have an amalgamation of Africans, South Americans, Asians, so forth. So if America really cared and you invested the money, you could create an amazing team. But I just think that it might be the arrogance of America where they don't, they want to, they will want to say, no, 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 NFL is our sport. This is the American sport. And there is just still a reluctance for America to get clued into the rest of the world. So, but what they don't understand is the world will never give a damn about NFL. you know, it never will. The NFL will never sniff or come close to the popularity of football, and no American sport is going to come close to them. So it's and America is never winning. You can book this. America is never winning the World Cup if they don't invest. It's never happening. Because like this is. Think about it. You can't. I don't think in a World Cup you can have what happened with Greece in the Euros, and even Greece in the Euros, they still have always invested in football and taken football seriously in Greece a lot more than America. So there was still a background that led up to that Euro win in 04. So America, there is no way you can just waltz in, not invest, not put in the effort into coaching and think you can win a World Cup. That's not happening. You're never beating a Spain, an Italy, an Argentina, a Brazil. No. It's not happening. The media plays a role, but young kids choose other sports because the money in basketball, baseball, yeah. Well, it's also like a culture thing. If you're white, most likely you're choosing baseball or American football. Maybe basketball. Your main things if you're white, baseball, American football. If you're black, it's basketball or NFL. Because that's just what your tune is. Because when you're young, you have your sports stars that you're rooting into. I remember most people in America don't have a passport. Think about that. The majority of people in America don't even own a passport. So for a lot of people in America, their world is America. So for them, like this football, soccer, man, like it's a very foreign concept that they can't really attach themselves to. Which is why I would say that I would find it hard to live in America because there would be nobody that would understand football the same way that I do. I'm like, oh my gosh, like how do I get my football fix, all that kind of stuff? Crazy, So it's gonna be tough. It's gonna be tough, man, for them to do it. But yeah, I just don't see it happening anytime soon because I just think America tries really hard to focus on what they've created and to keep what they've created. And America always views so you see, America always views things not they've created as something that's just them. So there was always a need for them to be independent and do their own thing, which is fine. But you're not winning a World Cup if you don't take the sport seriously. It's not happening. It's not happening, man. If you could pick a country to win the World Cup, apart from Nigeria, what country would that be? Oh, that's actually. Mexico is a good choice because they are crazy mad there in football. They're crazy mad, and yeah, I can't remember the last time that they've been knocked out of the second round. I think in the last 4 or 5 World Cups. So Mexico is a good one. Netherlands is another good one as well, based on just the history of them and so forth, the players that they've produced. Like if they've and they should, like how Holland have never won the World Cup is just crazy. That's just crazy. Yeah, I mean, I would say no. Mexico is a good one, but see, Mexico, Netherlands. Okay, so you say okay, say not Nigeria. Hey, Ghana. Our lovely neighbors. That would be cool because I know loads of Ghanaian people and so forth. So if Ghana were able to win it, or not, because now that would be a party. That would be a party if Ghana managed to say what's up, man. Um, bro, that's what you. If England won the World Cup, there'd be a riot. I was like, people would get so drunk, so violent, so mad, you'd have to lock yourself into the house for at least the next week. Trust me. England win the World Cup, this island would go belly up. It would basically say the whole country it would turn into Mordor. Okay, it would completely turn into Mordor. So that would just be wild. It would be completely wild. Um, uh, oh yeah, Colombia would be cool, man. Yeah, no, no, no. Colombia would be crazy. Colombia would be crazy. Um, oh, look at this. 7 game tournaments ain't that difficult if luck and a couple of star players. Okay, see, this is what even Daniel even said, man. Because see, this doesn't make any sense, man. This is brainless. So if it's so easy, you say it's not that difficult. If it's so easy, then do it. If it's easy, do it. Now, I understand if it's difficult, cool. It's not that. Oh, it's not that difficult. Then do it. Simple. You know. And they say a couple of star players. Well, what star players in 1998 did France have? Argentina had one star player. West Germany had Rudi Voller. They had Rummenigge. They had the more star players than team. Maradona. Argentina just had Maradona, and they won. Holland. This was the team with Cruyff. All it's gonna do in '74. We all saw what happened. you know, so it's the thing about it though is that people always want to find excuses if they can't do something. Stop thinking of excuses and do it. That's my thing. Stop thinking of stop saying no, this, that is luck. That. Stop thinking of stupid excuses and just make it happen. And my stance will always remain the same. You can't be the goat if you not won the World Cup. That's stupid. That is the dumbest thing I've ever heard of in my life. That I'm the greatest player of all time. We've not won the World Cup though. Now, are you from Sweden? Okay, I get it. Are you from Serbia? I get it. Are you from Kenya? I get it. Argentina have won the World Cup twice. Portugal were the best team in Europe going into the 2018 World Cup. So they were Europe's elite going into the 2018 World Cup, beating the eventual winners, France. So what are we saying here? you know, so you can't keep bringing up these excuses. And every time I told you, I'm like that's itch. Whenever you have like this itch, like I'm that itch that people just can't ignore. Because there are people that HH shut the F up, you prick. Let's just call these guys to go. So I'm just that thing that people can't get rid of, which is why people hate me. People want to beat the crap out of me. Even if they can't, because I know judo and Krav Maga and all that kind of stuff. So you work on Impon. But every time people say, the GOATs, woke up. Then racism, racist insults, abuse, so forth. F Nigeria, Africa. Why do African people speak black? I get it's cool. You can't be the GOAT if you don't win the World Cup. As many Champions Leagues as you win all of the Champions Leagues, can win the World. And I saw you guys at the last World Cup. You were trash. You were trash. As I watched, I was like, see, these are your so-called goats. These guys. So he wants me to champion these guys as the goats. And not a single tournament have they been the best player. If Davor Suker can do it for Croatia, you can do it. If Diego Forlan could do it for Uruguay, you can do it. So don't give me that crap, man. Don't give me any of that crap. Just complete crap. Listen, look, bro. I told you, man. I told you, like, there are many people who have my face on a dartboard. Basically, it's like, because, and that's the thing, man. They have, it's that dude, man. All-time 11, France v Argentina. Who wins? France. Who's in Argentina's the defense? Who's in the midfield? So yes, you have Aymar, you can have Walter Samuel, you can have Maradona, Messi, Batistuta, and so forth. But Riquelme. So I'm just not going to put up a good team. France, Desai, what's it called? Bates, Thuram, Desai, Varane, flipping, what's it called? Lizarazu, Zidane, Platini, Jean Tigana, Vieira, Trezeguet, Henry, Benzema. I mean, France's team is stupid. France's team would be France would beat the crap out of them. France would beat the living crap out of them, man. France would beat the living crap out of them. From Sorina and Ayala, man, bro. HH, I'm from DR Congo, and most of the players chose to play somewhere else. Lukaku, Ventura Company, Batshuayi, etc. You see, this is because someone asked me this question and said that, when do you think Africa will win the World Cup? Not anytime soon, because of this. Most Africans right now, because of the issue they now have with regards to the organization of federations and so forth, and them not being put in a strong position to win a World Cup, they're like, let me make the move, because if Lukaku remained in DR Congo, and so, because DR Congo already have a really good team. They have a really good team, and I really liked their team. Also, their manager is an indigenous manager as well. So, but I mean, if they kept the guys, it'd be amazing. But just that, they're like, I want to put myself in the best position to succeed, and that is probably moving to one of these European countries. It's unfortunate. But it is what it is. It is what it is, And even for Saka, that's even why he's thinking, okay, do I go to Nigeria, do I go to England? And you see, if the sad reality is, if Saka was amazing and was like a starter for England, he'd choose England. 100%. He would. So Africa just needs to sort itself out. But look at France's team. Pogba, Kante, Umtiti, Mbappe, Matuidi. These guys are African. Which was that? Yeah, Africa has already won the World Cup. France, because France's key players were African. So yeah, I mean, that dream of seeing an African country win a World Cup, it's going to be tough. And even when you look at the next World Cup, I just think that there's a massive gap. There's a massive gap because you see, you look at in the youth levels, Africa do really well in the youth levels, but as you grow older and so forth, the game gets much more complex as you grow older. So it's just going to be tougher. I mean, I'll be real with you. It's going to be hard because you need the talent, and the easier it is now to now make the move to Europe, more and more of like the big look how Ansu Fati could have easily represented an African country, but he's like, so more and more African talents they'll be now moving over to European countries. You know, from your boy Dan, who says, "Have you ever considered Messi as an inside forward?" No, I told you at the time, I did. You see, yeah, I mean, when they did 4-3-3, yeah, he was basically during the 4-3-3 times of him on Eto, he was an inside forward. And a damn good one as well, because that was when he was a dribbler. But you see, we've had like two Messis. We've had the very South American direct dribbler Messi to begin with, and then at the end, last 5-6 years, we now had the playmaker. I'll be real with you. That's dribbler Messi. I miss it. I miss it. And maybe I'd say, you know what? If we had the inside forward Messi, that maybe is a guy that helps Argentina win that World Cup. The playmaker Messi doesn't suit Argentina. See, the playmaker Messi suits Barcelona, not Argentina. You know, like if they found their way, I know it was a long time, but if they had found a way to get Riquelme in that 2014 World Cup, because I recorded a video for the tier 1 members, basically Argentina's World Cup goal in 2006. Riquelme was different, man. Riquelme was different, and actually Argentina, they needed a team, and I think Riquelme was key. Because if you had peak Riquelme and an attacking Messi, oh man. Oh, I mean, that is the key 1-2 punch. That is the key 1-2 punch. You know. So all right. HH. Barca should have converted Messi into Iniesta's old position instead of relying on him for goals. But what else are they supposed to do? Because they need to win games. So Messi's like, because Messi was in Iniesta's old position pretty much, which is like sort of between the midfield and the attack, which is where he was playing. So as he was going a lot deeper. But if it's 0-0, we need to do something, score. And also like Messi is just much more of an offensive threat than Iniesta. So Messi was like as much as I want to do this new role, I'll always fall into my old habits of goal scoring and shooting and being able to dribble past 2, 3, 4 guys and be able to get into that bottom left hand corner. So if you see Barcelona, they needed to buy that other top tier player to then share the wealth. But because they didn't, Messi was like, all right, I'll assist, I'll create, and also score goals, because we obviously need the goals to be able to say what's up. So it is what it is. Opinion on players playing for one country and later another country. Should that be allowed? You can't do that. The rule is the moment you play a game at senior level, the moment you play a competitive game at senior level for a country, you can't change. Now, all times before that, oh yeah, you can change, and it is what it is. So let's say I was born in France, and then I moved over to Cameroon, and then I started playing Cameroon. But then I just decided that, but I've not played a senior game for Cameroon yet. So now it comes time for my senior debut. So I'm like 17, I'm gonna play senior, and then I'm like, actually, you know what? France, I've decided to now take my talents back to France, and I now go to France. Yeah, it's not changing countries and so forth, because you've not even begun your senior career. So the key thing what you're saying is that nobody has ever been able to change their country once in their senior career, because the rule is the moment you play a competitive game at senior level for a country, that's it. Boom. Which is the beauty of internationals, man. You can't. No, you can't. Bro, Benjamin Babine, or whatever your name is. No, you can't. Name me a player who has done that. Name me one player who has done that, because I don't think a player has done that. I don't think Costa had a senior game for. I don't think Costa had a senior game for Brazil. That's why he went to Spain. Because I think he was angry that he wasn't picked for Brazil. Because even when he was at his height and so forth, he was angry that he was always overlooked. And I think out of his anger, he said, "All right, that's it. Screw you guys. I'm switching over to Spain." I remember that because he was not picked for Brazil, and he felt that he should have been picked. He felt that he should have been picked. From Beata Klumpt, Alphonso Davies chose to play for Canada over Ghana. Yeah. And you see, if I'm Alphonso Davies, but see, it's down to him. You see, for me, I'm talking from the outside in. So looking from the outside in, I would say Ghana are a much better team than Canada, and you'll play with much better players. But his girlfriend is Canadian. He's lived in Canada for a long period of time, and he's ingratiated himself to Canadian culture. So who am I to say, "Oh no, go play for Ghana"? If you feel Canadian, you've connected with being Canadian so much, boom. See, I still feel Balotelli should have chosen Ghana. Because Balotelli, do Italians really love you? Do they really see you as Italian? You see, Canadians, oh my gosh, they'll definitely accept Alphonso Davies. So Canada is different from Italy, because Italy, you got. From your boy down, it says, better inside forward, Messi or Cristiano in your view? I would say Cristiano. I think because Cristiano he's got better finishing, and his attacking instincts are a lot better. So just his instincts and his mannerisms for an inside forward, I think, lend himself to being a better inside forward than Messi. I say Messi is a better football player. All day, every day, Messi will always be overall a better football player than Cristiano. But for the specific role of an inside forward, I think Cristiano is better for that role because of how direct Cristiano is and his superior finishing to me. So, all right, let's just see, man. Costa should have played for Brazil. Well, they could have used him in 2014. For sure. They could have definitely used him in... Yeah, 2014, because 2014 he was with Spain. Yeah. They could have definitely used him in 2014. That's the thing there, man. But yeah, it's I think even the same with Jorginho. So Jorginho is Brazilian, but he changed his nationality to Italian, and then he got played for the Italian team. Friendly doesn't count. So remember, I told you, it's a competitive game. So it's either a qualification or a tournament game. So it has to be a competitive game. So yeah, friendly and everything. You play one senior competitive game, then boom. Then that's how you roll. Then it's all over for you, man. Bro, these dudes lost 7-1. How do you lose 7-1? How do you lose 7-1? How do you lose 7-1? I don't see how that happens, man. I don't see how you lose 7-1, man. Spain never played for a different country. What? So some of these questions here are wild, man. They don't really make much sense. They don't really make much sense, man. Who will finish lower, Chelsea or your hairline? Your mom. That's who's gonna finish lower. Your mom. From Mohamed No, should Argentina get Bielsa, Pochettino, or Simeone? From Mohamed Noor. Thank you for super chat, Mr. Mohamed Noor. Should Argentina get Bielsa, Pochettino, or Simeone? You see, I've always felt that Simeone was a right man for Argentina, because my thing about it is, what's it called? Because the thing about it is that I think that Simeone has because Simeone is similar to Sabea. Sabea was that dude who made Argentina defensive. Sampoli is still chilling out in the scholarship wing of thingy. So I think that if they want to win, I would say, for me, it's between Pochettino and Simeone. I think Bielsa is too risky. Bielsa is too risky, and I just think that him doing that, no, you see, like Bielsa is like the hipsters. Bielsa is like the hipsters' choice. So for him, like nah. But for me, I would say Simeone, because Argentina were close to winning it, being very defensive. So yeah, I would say Simeone. Guys, I don't rate Pochettino that highly. I don't really rate Pochettino that highly. That's just me, bro. Where does Germany rank in a Euro 2021 contenders list? If everyone is fit, if everybody is fit, so I would go France, Italy, Belgium, then Germany. I would say maybe fourth. Because the thing about it, though is it's Joachim Löw is a Joachim Löw is a loser. Let's just look at Joachim Löw is a loser. Okay, he's a damn loser, and I don't understand how this guy is still the manager of this team. How is he still the manager of this team, Joachim Löw? How is he still the manager of this team? Timo Werner, Gnabry, Leroy Sané, Kai Havertz. There's a team here, but for me, basically it's similar to 2010. What you have is a very young crew who need to grow. So I don't think their time is right. I think fourth or fifth. I think France, Belgium, they're in a stronger position based on the kind of peak veteran players they have that can make them win. So it's more likely for them that so I'll say like fourth or fifth, but they're not favorites, no way, I think Schweinsteiger leaving, Klose leaving, Bart Simpson leaving. Those are critical dudes. Critical dudes. Guys, did you hear about Metzelder, the German international? Yeah, I think I even saw this one, Danny. Alfonso Davies chose to play for Canada over Ghana. Yeah, which is his prerogative, but he never played any competitive games for Ghana. So, it should there be a it's there, not there. Okay, I'm a grammar merchants man. Should there be a super league for countries? No. Why? No, there should be a super league for clubs, but not for countries. Why should there be one for countries? Why? um, why should there be one for countries? Makes no sense. So okay, so you have just like what's Holland, Italy, Germany, Spain, Brazil. Nah. Keep it as is. There should be a super league for clubs because Juventus, PSG, Bayern Munich, they're too strong for their leagues, and very soon the Premier League could become a duopoly. So unless you don't want domestic leagues to become stale, when Amazon brings out the cash, when your boy Bezos brings out the cash and says, guys, I'm going to offer you all this money for a super league, then that's how you're going to be seen, man. From Mohamed Noor says, early picks for the Euros, Copa America, and the World Cup. Euros, something tells me it won't be France. Something just tells me it won't be France. Because I just think that's like the very obvious answer. But France have a freaking squad, man. They've got a freaking squad. But I would say I'll say Netherlands. Surprise. I think Netherlands will surprise everyone. I'll say Netherlands as a surprise pick. How many of you guys watched The Boys? That's one crazy show. By the way, guys, remember to subscribe to my other channel, Half Hope Salt. Just type in Half Hope Salt, man. Anything non-football, head to that channel right new, Half Hope Salt, man. If you're sick of me with my amazing football takes, and you want something a bit alternative, Half Hope Salt, man, that's where things are popping down, dog. From your boy Dan, do you think Messi was a direct player in his dribbling? Early Messi was very direct, but as he grew older, I think he now thought a lot more. But I think when you look at Messi's dribbling now, he takes his time more and he's looking much more at what the defender is doing. And I think he's put a lot more in his repertoire and his dribbling, so that they're more feints, more dubbies, and so forth. Like early Messi was boom, 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 just straight, And he was just so quick; it was very hard to stop. So he was very direct. It was so crazy seeing him because, oh man, this guy is just zooming through guys. But look, as he grew older, he's like, look, man, I need to sort of advance, improve, and just add a bit more texture to my dribbling. So that's what he did. Yeah. That's what he did, man. Yeah, man, The Boys is one crazy show, man. That is one crazy ass show, bro. Oh, sorry. So yeah, sorry. Euros, yeah. Netherlands. Copa America. Brazil. I'll still say Brazil. So that's the thing. It's Brazil. Yeah, no, for me. So Euros, Netherlands, Copa America, Brazil, World Cup. Um, it's still some way with World Cup. Italy. Okay, yeah, Italy. They'll shock everyone. Yeah, Germany I don't think are ready. Netherlands aren't ready. Belgium and Netherlands don't have the psychology or the mentality. I don't see France defending their title. Defending your title 4 years in just doesn't normally happen. It's Italy shock everyone. Why not? Italy, you know. Spain as well. I just think that Spain also going through another transition as well. So from Dark, thank you for the super chat, Mr. Dark. Worst haircuts, current Mane or R9? You see, the R9 haircuts ain't great. I'll give you that. So I should say the R9 haircuts, but there's a reason behind it. You see, R9 did that haircut because he wanted to distract people away from the fact that basically wanted to distract people from talking about his injury, will he do and everything. So it's got people talking about something different. So it was done intentionally. Mane, I'm begging you. See this, Mane? See this? Nothing grows here. I've given up. See, my mom says that I can take some products, but you know what? You have to accept these things. Sadio, shave it off. Go bald. Just do it. Same thing for LeBron as well. Just go bald. Just go. Like, man, like, your hairline starts here. Here. It's like, come on. Nah. Like, shave it off. Go bald. Go bald. It's it's not the one, man. It's not the one. But look, I said again, look, I'm not that issue. I've not got a big issue going bald. I'm cool, because I think my head actually looks better bald than not. Just that some guys bald doesn't suit them. So because bald doesn't suit them, it's not gonna go through. What's this? It's going down. It's going down. Yeah. What's it? Yeah, because that's on the Half Household website. What's it called? Great song. Mike Shinoda and the Executioners. Great song, great track. I know I need to update it, man. Just that I've not been feeling great these past few days. You know, I've just been feeling a bit groggy, you know. HH, what do you do when you see men with waves and you can a concrete on your head? I cry, I sob, I bang my head against the wall, and then I say to myself that if I ever see Sergio Contral on the streets, I will break his face. So that's what I do. What I'm doing. And thanks for asking, bro. Thanks for asking. Who do you think has produced greater players, Europe or South America? South America. Simple. South America. I know Europe has had guys, you know, Cruyff, Zidane, Baggio, R9, Rivaldo, Messi, Maradona, Ronaldinho, Romario, Cafu, Roberto Carlos, Pele, Zico, Garrincha, Batistuta. I mean, come on. You're talking about. I mean, fair enough. It's mainly from two countries, but it's what it is. It is what it is. It is what it is, man. Um, and they'll continue to, man. They'll continue to um, um, do it like as a conveyor belt, man. Yes, I know Knicks can grow hair and I can't, man. Liverpool 3-0 win over Chelsea. Look, Sammy, first of all, you shouldn't be beating your chest because I keep asking you, be brave and come on here and rep your so-called Liverpool Football Club, but you've been a coward. You've been hiding and hiding and hiding and hiding because you don't want anyone to judge you. You see, Sammy, she needs to show her bravery because I know people, even if people insult you or badmouth, who cares? If you're so brave, my dear Sammy, come on here, rep Liverpool so I can rip you open live rather than you hiding behind your flipping keyboard. But she wouldn't do it because nobody wants this double H smoke, man. No one wants this HH smoke. You see, if you can't take the heat or do the heat, don't talk big, okay? Don't talk big. What footballer was the best athlete? What? Oh, so what footballer was the best? Pace, strength, physicality. Oh, you might say Cristiano. Peak Cristiano. I mean, peak Cristiano was very quick, physical, and he was strong. So, and I think, one of Cristiano, Pandev's headline, one of Cristiano's biggest attributes is he's in great physical condition. Super physical condition, and I think, him, yeah, just pace, strength, physicality. Just as an athlete. Yeah, it has to be Cristiano. You could say, for me, I think probably between Pele and Cristiano, because I think for Pele, but Pele wasn't fast though. Pele had great athleticism. Look at that goal that he scored in the World Cup final where his hang time was flipping crazy. You see, Ibrahimovic, I wouldn't call a great athlete, but in amazing physical condition, Because homeboy does martial arts. Guy's like freaking 6'7", and the guy looks like a flipping monster. And see, probably the strongest. Now that's the thing. Who do you think is the toughest player who you don't want to get into a fight? It's probably Ibrahimovic. So I don't know whether there are many football players of this generation stronger than Ibrahimovic. Because he's strong, he's tall, he's imposing, in great shape. Ibra was no joke, man. Ibra was no joke. Yeah, LeBron's headband is now part of his hairline. Yeah, Akifo, he's there, but he's not fast. He's physical, he's strong, but he has no pace at all, man. No pace at all. No, I think it's probably Christina. Christina is probably that dude. Adriano. How important do you see how important do you think Havertz becoming for Chelsea in 5 years' time? Hard to say. Because 5 years is a very long time. Let's see what he does this season. I think the aim, the hope is he is a focal point playmaker. So the hope is that this guy, he creates the most chances and gets the most assists each season. Because basically, like in every team, especially in modern football right now, you need a creator. You need somebody who their main aim is passing. Basically, Wesley Sneijder. Snyder, Iniesta, Messi, Rich Pielo, somebody who their experts is their expertise is in supplying, in doing through balls, in doing key passes. So if you have that, then you can say what's up. If you have that, you can say what's up. HH what? All right, what are you gonna say, man? I didn't even want to watch this flipping game 7, man. But it is what it is, man. I'll probably tune in somehow, some way. Balotelli. You're really calling Balotelli an athlete? Guys, it's Cristiano. He is the peak. Cristiano was PP, pace and power, man. Pace and power. Thoughts on Grealish signing a new contract with Villa? Surprising, because wasn't he went Man United looking to get him? Because I thought, based on the hype around him and so forth. But it's one of those things that English players are just too expensive, because I think the guy was going for like 80, 90 million. Who is gonna spend 80 or 90 mil on any player, specifically a guy called Grealish? Come on, bro. So, but yeah, I mean, I think that he would have wanted a big move for sure, because I don't know how Villa survived this season. If you're looking at Leeds, West Brom, and so forth, it's going to be very hard for me to it's going to be very hard for me to really form an argument to say they can stay up to this. So he wanted to leave for sure. He wanted to leave for sure. Who's winning in a fight, Adama Traore or Christina? Adama Traore would beat the living crap out of Cristiano. Because Cristiano, for me, isn't an aggressive dude. And it doesn't come across as an aggressive dude. And I don't think he would do well in a fight. I don't think Adama Traore, who was skinny before, and I think he's bleaching. because he was dark skinned before. So Adama Traore would beat the living crap out of Christina for sure. He'd destroy him, man. From your boy Real Deal, man, thank you. Getting sick? No, I'm doing my thing, man. Look, Real Deal, I'm trying to live. I'm just trying to live in this whole world, man. I'm just trying to live in this whole world. Getting sick? Take care. And I think thoughts on the sports documentary. I'll do a full review on it tomorrow. I'll post up a full review. Really good. And this was better than the Man City one because Tottenham lost games. There's not much drama. Because, that's where drama comes into it. Drama comes from failure, argument, anger. For Man City, yeah, they had a few pitfalls, champions here and there, but it was mostly successful. So there wasn't that much drama there. But for Tottenham, when they were going on their losing run, players going at each other, failing to get the top 4 and so forth, there was a lot more management of players that he had to do, and that was really interesting. Mourinho was hilarious, and it was just good seeing an insight into the kind of player relationships and the player dynamics in the dressing room. So it would be stressful, it would be hard, but it would be fun being a manager, man. It would be fun being a manager, man. That's the thing. It would be really, really fun being a manager. Let's give it a Zanzibar. It should deal with your shades after the camera is off. Daniel, unless I'm if I did, I'd have to see a psychologist. I'd have to see a psychologist. So when the camera goes off, the shades go off. And I will only de-shade if Nigeria win the World Cup. That is the only way that I shall that's the only way that I shall de-shade, man. Only way that I shall de-shade. Why are City always favourites over us in the CL? We've bloody won the thing 2 years ago and won 6. Verge, I don't make these rules. See, you always have to see. You don't have to take anything that Twitter, ESPN, Sky Sports, or they say, because they're not thinking when they're doing it. You can't ever do this. Like, you can't put City as favourites for the Champions League, especially after what we saw from them against Liverpool. You can't do it. That's just stupid. I've already said that favourites. You could look at Liverpool, could look at Bayern. Still got to look at PSG. As long as they have Neymar and Mbappe, you could look at them. Those three: PSG, Liverpool, Bayern. Then maybe you can throw in a Real Madrid there. Man City, see, for me, I'm like, they keep on failing. So it doesn't make any logical sense. Like, oh no, yeah, they just. How do you put them as favorites when they've never even been to the semis? It makes no sense. So Liverpool won it in 2018. So Liverpool were the finalists in 2018. They won it in 2019. But City, in the last time City were in the semis was in 2016. So it's thing. Darian, man, let them cut the check. Let them cut, because I have made sunshades cool. And look, see, these sunshades are actually pretty cool. I don't know how many you guys live in England. Well, wherever I am, there's this market called Aldgate East. So it's a market in Aldgate East, and I just sell all this kind of stuff, and that's where I got these shades from, man. So, I know someone who knows someone. He gave me a nice, good price. But yeah, like, look, like I have about 8, 9, 10 pairs of shades, because every time I go into the markets and so forth, I always buy shades. So whenever I go to Camden Market, Aldgate East Market, I'm always looking for shades, man. So I'm very addicted to shades, man. Very addicted, and they have to be very, very. My shades have to be very, very particular, So, running a club, which is best, Dortmund or Man City? I would say Dortmund. That'd be more fun. Man City is like so much money involved, I just think that, for Dortmund, it's the stadium, the fans, the history of the club. And I think there's always that motivation to try to dethrone Bayern Munich, and try to really gain a foot there. And I think Dortmund, there's just something very exciting about it. And yellow is always pretty cool. Yellow is a pretty cool color. So I think Dortmund would be more fun. And if I was running Dortmund, the first thing I would do is sack Lucien Favre and genetically clone Marco Reus, but his clone is injury-free. So I genetically clone Marco Reus, make him 25, 26, and ensure that he's injury-free. That's the thing. See, people always ask me this, and I don't know how many times I need to answer. Dino is close to being a horseman, but the reason he isn't, he's literally this close. Dino is like the closest thing to being a horseman. The reason why he isn't is because of 06 World Cup. That was his World Cup. That was supposed to be the World Cup that he shone. So that is why it's close, but Yeah, '06 World Cup, man. '06 World Cup. All right, let's just see. You see, that's my thing about it, man. Um, why? So this guy says, so, just for people in the live chat, if you post something, what does this guy do? One, two, three, four, 5 times. I will make sure not to answer it because you're spamming the live chat and you're ruining the experience for people. So if you post the same question 6, 7 times, I will ensure that, all right, I'll make sure that I will not answer your question because you're just ruining the whole chat for everyone else and you're ruining the experience for everyone else. So F you. I'll find you HH hunting X Hope. Should I be scared or should I be terrified? And the thing about it is that you'll never find me because I don't live on Earth. After I'm done, I'm going off to, as I told you, I'm a mystery. Nobody can find me because I'm nowhere and everywhere at once. I'm a figment of your imagination. So I'm here, I'm there, everywhere. This may not even be the real me. I told you I've got about 3 or 5 clones. You know, I am a mystery man. Ooh, who is retiring with AFCON gold? Mane or Salah? That's a good question. That's a good question. Who is retiring with an AFCON gold? Mane or Salah? Mane or Salah? Mane or Salah? Damn, that's a good question, this here. I think neither, because I don't think neither will get that AFCON gold. Because I think Egypt's golden generation aren't there anymore. I think they don't have the teams to support Salah, but they could get close. But I think that it is more likely Salah will than Mane. I just think Senegal are just missing something. And Senegal have who I consider one of the worst professional football players of all time in your boy Neong, who I think is an embarrassment to football. So as long as Senegal have Neong, they're not winning groundnuts. Then they're not winning the groundnuts trophy. So most likely Salah, because of Egypt. What else are you guys saying, man? HH, what is your accent? I've never heard it before. Well, my accent doesn't make sense. So it is really Nigerian, but it isn't quintessentially Nigerian. So it is basically me and my brothers and my sister, like, our accents doesn't make any sense. So it's just our accent because it's Nigerian, but not really Nigerian. So it's a mixture of Nigerian, American, English. So it's just something that's what it is, you know. And I worked hard to keep my accent because people in school used to mock and make fun of my accent. So I was like, screw you. I'm not going to be like, yeah, hello, my name here is HH. So, how are you doing? So, of course, you know, so I do feel that this weekend then Chelsea and Liverpool, they will be able to go head to head and perhaps play a quite fortuitous game. And boy, I do feel that Frank Lampard does have some unfinished business with our dear friend Jurgen Klopp. But I do hope that Salah or Mane do not lubricate our dear friend Kepa Brickabalaga. No, sorry, no. Like, I'd rather keep this accent instead of that. No, I mean, and also as well, like, I don't think I'm really the posh type, you know. It's good to say, man. So, okay, are you Greenwood or Sancho? Um, I would say Sancho personally because Sancho, for me, I just think as a player, as overall, it's quality. Now, Greenwood's finishing is tight. So just in terms of the art of finishing, I definitely 100% give it to Greenwood. Because Greenwood is a superb finisher, right foot or left foot. But overall, dribbling, balance, ball control, playmaking, passing, creativity, Sancho, for sure. Which is why, Sancho would have been a great signing for Man United. Great signing. I mean, for me, Sancho, I really, really like that player, man. I really like Sancho. I really like Sancho. Um, HH, the most underrated and the most overrated player right now, according to you. Most overrated, I'll probably say Harry Kane. It's between Harry Kane and Cristiano. Most underrated, I'd say either Kovacic or or um, that's good. Brands, Julian Brands. I think Kovacic and Julian Brands. I think those guys are the key one. Um, do you have friends that are Igbo from Nigeria or in London? So how did this now become like wait am I in like some kind of like therapy personal session? Like as I told you, I'm not telling you my personal history, man. How did this now become like 101 1-to-1 HH? Um I th- I don't think I've ever, well, my lawyer is Igbo. And I suppose we are friends, which I need to even give her a call. Yeah. My lawyer who helps me with my whole passport stuff, she's Igbo. She's Igbo. But apart from her, I think most guys I know are probably Yoruba. So most of my guys I know are from the Yoruba tribe, man. Um, those, so I want to see Chelsea versus Barca in the UCL. Both have four quality attackers and questionable defenses. It will make for a great game. Um, oh no, but my thing about it though is I want to see Barcelona play. I want to see how they play, and because we've not really seen what Koeman's Barcelona look like. The only Barcelona we can think of is from that moron Setien. You know, who knows? Um, it could be because maybe he's gonna, because a Barcelona that has the Us and Fati, it will be very different from what we've had. Because I don't think we've ever seen the Us and Fati play at the same time. So we don't know what Koeman's Barca will look like. But I think it would be interesting to watch. But then again, is Koeman going to go for like a pragmatic approach, an ultra attacking approach? We have no idea, you know. So, but I think Chelsea and Barcelona are two teams that are going to be very interesting to watch. Barcelona because of this signings that they're going to make and Koeman being there, and Chelsea for Havertz and Ziyech. Because for me, Ziyech was always the guy. The Ziyech was always the guy that I wanted to see. He's always that flipping dude. It was always about the edge. No one else. It was always about the edge. Always about the edge. Um, from your boy Dan, thanks for the super attachment. Fatty or Greenwood and why? Fatty. Um, he's just a better player. I think he to me, using the eye test, he just comes across as more accomplished. I feel in a 1v1 situation, there is a better chance of him beating the player. Greenwood is good, but I see Greenwood still feels me like a really good young player. Fati seems to me like, the Fati reminds me of like Mbappe, where, this guy seems to be playing beyond his years. So this guy seems to be playing at like an unnaturally high level for a dude. So because of that, I'm like, this, yeah. For me, Fati is different, man. Fati is definitely different, for sure, for sure. So none of you guys are sleeping. So you guys are staying up extremely later. Do you think mid-table La Liga teams will play Barcelona with less fear, and will this cause Barcelona to finish lower than expected? This is the big question. I do feel that there is still a level of respect. There's still a level of respect that these teams have because of Messi, because they know what Messi can do. But I do feel in previous years, teams have known how to deal with Messi. And I just think that even forget about this season, in the last 2-3 years, look, didn't Barcelona lose to Leganes last season or season before last? So I think, see, Elche and Huesca have unfinished business. Because Elche and Huesca say, Messi, you bent us over and lubricated us all those times. So Messi, as a goodbye gift, we want to throw a dub on you. We owe you a W. So yeah, man, I think it's the same as it's always going to be. It's just one let's see what Barcelona's lineup is going to look like, because don't assume Barcelona are just going to be horrible and crap. I think that they may surprise people. I think it would be wrong for Real Madrid to sort of underestimate them and just be like, oh no, this guy's going to be crap. Messi wants to leave. They're losing people. They are renovating. They lost 8-2. Maybe they can just say, what's up? Maybe they can surprise people. So, because they still have Messi. Yes, it may be a Messi that may not be fully committed. He wants to leave and so forth. They still have Lionel Richie. And as long as they have Lionel Richie, bruh, it is what it is. It is what it is. For me, what I really said, players' prime been extended by 3 years. Prime is 32. Me and Danny T were actually discussing the same thing. Again, on our podcast. Do all of you guys realize that I have a podcast called Talking Tactics? I hope you all do. If you don't know, I have a podcast that I do with Danny T every Tuesday called Talking Tactics. So Spotify, Apple, SoundCloud, not X videos or OnlyFans. We don't have an OnlyFans account, so relax. Yeah, Talking Tactics podcast every Tuesday. I hope all of you guys know we do have a podcast that we do, Talking Tactics. We were discussing this on the podcast, and yes, back in the day, after 30, you were finished. Because people used to sniff cocaine and drink alcohol before games. So back then, guys were screwed over. And they were done. So my thing is, what was I going to say? Yes, players... But there is still the biological factor. If you're an attacker, I still feel that by the time you're 30, I'm even feeling it as well. I'm not as spry as I want to be. During my 20s, I was like a butterfly. Now I'm like a butterfly piranha. That's my thing. So my thing about it is, I still feel if you're an attacker, your prime is still 27, 28, 29. That's what I still feel. But if you're a defender, 31, 32, 33, 34. But obviously, see, Messi might be sniffing. Because it makes no sense that Messi is still playing at such a high level at 33, 34. So I want to know whether Messi is taking something. That's all I want to know. That's all I want to know, whether Messi is taking something, man. Um, Piranha. Which player would extend the career? Would you extend the career of if you could extend them by 5 years? Um, I want Robin. No. I'm gonna change that question for you. If I could, I would inject a special syringe into Robin, make him 26 again, and give him the World Cup that he deserves. You know, see, for me, like Netherlands winning the World Cup, I'm like, yeah, because Netherlands have a very, very kind of tricky history. But if there's one player that deserves a World Cup, it's Robin. How can you be one of the greatest players of all time, one of the most unique players of all time, one of the most impactful players of all time, and be because he was robbed of a World Cup. He was robbed of a World Cup. Terrible. But the many things I would have done. Because imagine if R9 never got injured. Imagine if R9 kept on getting better, 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 better. It would be amazing, man. Those are the better. Daniel, man, nobody can beat my staying up skills, man. I told you, man, I'm a vampire, man. I'm a super, super vampire. Wow, man, we are pushing the third hour. How long are we gonna go for? How long are we gonna go for? How long are we gonna go for, guys? I'm not doing a 24-hour stream. See, that's just hating. Robin is only remembered by HH. No, Robin is remembered by everyone in the world. Bold players. Mo, so what if I want to be one with my bald brethren? So what? But let's just be clear, guys. Robin is one of the greatest players of all time. That's non-negotiable. I don't care what anyone says. He is the only player that deserves a World Cup. Like for me, if any player deserves an honorary horseman status, it's Robin. Don't give me a Messi, Cristiano, name any of those dudes. Hell no. Hell no. Robin deserves it. You know? And look, guys, I might just give Robin like a special horseman status, man. Just for the sake of it, man. Dortmund or Leipzig this season? As much as Lucien Favre is a loser, he is a very inconsistent coach and manager. I'm rolling with Dortmund because of them. Ooh, Celtics heat 55-55. All right. I'm rolling with I'm rolling with Dortmund because Leipzig losing Timo Werner is huge because Timo Werner was huge for Leipzig, and I don't think that they have a worthwhile replacement for your boy Leipzig, man. That's my thing. Top 5 players ever and why? My man Big Al in there, man. Harry O'Kane. I think the super chat Harry O'Kane. Top 5 players and why? So again, how are we doing it? So there's best list and greatest list. So top 5 greatest players, I'd argue are the horsemen. So R9, Maradona, Pele, Beckenbauer, and Zidane. Now, top 5 best players just based on pure ability. R9, Dino, Maradona, Zidane, Messi, and special mention for Robin. So those are the top five based on um, pure ability. Based on pure ability. Um, well, more I respect your choice, but your choice is wrong. You know, but I respect it. I respect it, but I just want you to know that it is wrong. Um, wait, guys. Mods. You see, mods. You keep on saying that like I don't pay you and so forth. Mods. If you see a user typing the same thing again and again and again, can you please mute this dude? That's why you're here, mods. Okay, if you see some moron coming in here typing the same thing again and again and again, you have the power to put them in timeout. It's very, very simple. And you complain that I don't pay you. Well, I don't pay because you're not doing your mod job. Okay, I'm doing your job for you, mods. you know. So for because if not, I will not shower you with my love. I will not shower you with my love, man. And best left back of all time is Carlos. Easy. No, it's not. It's Ashley Cole. Love him or hate him, you don't want to respect him. Nice one, Daniel. Nice one, Daniel. It's Ashley Cole. It's Ashley Cole, man. So they found the mods, oh lord. From the Verge. Ancelotti really lost a final after, well, 3-0, which is why I say that never talk to me about that Milan 05 side. Don't do it. Don't do it. Because those guys, for me, embarrassment. Complete and total embarrassment. You can't be a great side, be winning 3-0 at halftime, and just completely F it up in the second half. Like, for me, zero respect. Zero respect, man. Zero respect. Ishi, do you think Goretzka was on steroids this year? I don't know what he was on, but he was on something because he looked quite scary. That's my thing. He looked generally quite scary. So yeah, Goretzka was on. He was on something, and not only did he look like the T800, this guy was pressing like crazy. This guy was pressing like crazy. This guy was going insane in the way that he was just hustling guys, man. So homeboy was mad, man. He was on another level, man. He was on another level. It's hard. I can't pick between the both of them. It's so hard. It's too hard, man. I told you, like, Lamb, I rate Lamb so highly. So highly, like, Lamb's consistency was next level. The guy was just on another level in terms of just being consistent. And but Ashley Cole was a damn good left back. So, which was like in my all-time team, I don't know how anybody doesn't have Lamb and Ashley Cole in their all-time team. Now, people would say, well, I'd rather have like a Marcelo and a Dani Alves, and they will just protect them. But if I'm facing a top team, that is like if I'm facing an all team, I don't know how you can have it and not have Ashley Cole and Lamb either side, man. I don't know how you can do that, man. So HH will pay the mods when Nigeria win the World Cup. No, I pay the mods with my love because my love is invaluable and my love is priceless. My love is far more valuable than the materialisticness of cash and money. So there you go. Nothing is more powerful than the love from HH. Put some respect on Gerrard's name. What do you want me to say? Liverpool legend, one of the best midfielders in Premier League history, not as good as Scholes, failed internationally, can't put him as one of the greatest midfielders of his generation. I just can't. There are far too many other midfielders that were better than him. So, there's not much I can say, I think the best thing I say for him is that he was a legend of his club. The way I view Gerrard is similar to Totti, but just that Totti had a more quality about him, So, or like Riquelme, like Gerrard has a much better career than Riquelme, but Riquelme is just the better midfielder, just the better footballer, better player, better technique, better touch, more skilled, more talented. So, but what I gave Gerrard credit for is that he was committed. He played with his heart on his sleeve. And he really did his thing. From the Verge, Juve really lost 7 CL finals. Juve fans will. Firstly, I feel for Juventus fans, man. I feel for them because I'm like, how do you still function losing so many CL finals? How? It's shocking. To lose those many finals in a row which is why I don't actually know how. I don't know how they'll basically. I don't know when next Juventus are gonna be able to win another CL. I just don't know, man. Your love is useless and unwanted. You are useless and unwanted. Your mother didn't want you, so you can go fuck yourself. There you go. What else we doing in here, man? Lampard. No. Yeah, look, Lampard. See, the thing with Lampard is, I don't call Lampard one of the best midfielders. I think there were many midfielders that were better than him. I think Vieira and Scholes were better than him. But he is arguably the greatest goal-scoring midfielder I've ever seen. In terms of a guy who your main role was as a central midfielder, an attacking midfielder, not an attacker, a midfielder. The amount of goals he scored was ridiculous. For a midfielder, that's ridiculous. So he is, for me, a Premier League legend. But even more so, I don't know how many midfielders in the game or in history, primarily being midfielders, that were able to score as many goals as him. So that was just insane, man. That was just insane. I will take Zanetti over any Chelsea defender. Well, that's Chelsea the defender. Do Chelsea even have any decent defenders right now? I mean, Zuma. I still say Zuma is a decent defender. Zuma and Aspilicueta are probably the only decent defenders they have, and I don't know why he lets Tomori go out on loan. I have no idea why. Tomori was aight. Tomori was aight, man. Do people actually rate Beckham? They do. Do you know that there is a narrative going that apparently in 1999, Beckham was the best player in the world? Beckham was never even the best player in Man United. Forget about him being the best player in the Premier League. At no point ever was Beckham the best player at Man United ever. See, Beckham is without a doubt the most overrated player of all time. Great model, superb model, and so forth. You know, the Japanese girls love the dude because Japanese women are obsessed with Caucasians. But as a footballer, he was high. Good specialist, but he was high. He was not the greatest footballer in the world. Heck no. Hell no. So, nah. No. Yeah, man, the guy was very overrated, man. Do people actually not rate Beckham? Me. Overrated. Wasn't as good as people say it was. Decent. That's not as good as it was. H, you know what? I hope you're doing well. If you are ill, take some time to get better. Stay healthy, man. Daniel, there is no rest. You know, as I said again, I am trying to build this empire known as the Half Hope Empire. Half Hope's Football Hot and Half Hope's Hot, man, to give you guys that content crack. So, Daniel, the only way that I can give you content crack is every single day we ride. So, whether I'm feeling good or not, I have to always, because I've got to be consistent. This is the name of the game. This is a dog eat dog world, and I'm trying to stake my claim as this being the home of content crack. You know, the thing about content crack doesn't sleep. Content crack doesn't sleep. So every time I wake up, Bleacher Reports, Football Espana, Football Italia, what's the latest news? All right, let's schedule that show. Friday, Q&A. Thursday, Football Dugout. Monday, Football Dugout. Saturday, open hangout with that psychopath called I'm Ham. Sunday, hangout. Boom. Post-match analysis. Boom. Because I told you, I want this to be my job. And the thing about this is that you need to put in the work, man. You have to put in the work. And football never sleeps. Because you see, when I was doing movies was cool because you'd have a movie would come out in a few months, you'd have time for the movies. Football doesn't sleep. It doesn't sleep. Transfers, matches, stories. But the thing about it is that this is football, man. This is my passion. It's been my passion ever since I left the womb. Football is my passion. So, and it's see, the aim here is to get away from that 9 to 5, because bosses working with assholes as your colleagues is what I don't want. Because I told you, I don't like people. Most people I don't like. They people annoy me. Hence why I like doing things by myself, you know. So, talking tactics and football dog is cool and everything because I like doing things at the side with like my friends and so forth. But mainly, I'm a lone dog, man, you know, because people make me sick, you know. You know, you see, this is what I want to try and do is differentiate, because I've been listening to the streets. Of what you guys have been saying. Saturday is for anybody. So Saturday is where everyone, anybody can see. So Saturday you will hear mad things. You will hear crazy things on Saturday, because Saturday is, because on Saturday I really want to try, and I want to do this a lot more where I can get as many different voices on there as possible, so as many people have a chance to get on there as possible. So Saturday you'll hear anything. You'll hear anything on Saturday, like Madrid is better than Pirlo. Sunday are for specific people. So on Sunday, what I want is I want to try and get Abdul back. Juju Man, I think he's has some work commitments where he's out. I want to get Juju Man back. So I want to get Abdul back. See whether I can get Tosin back. So Kadim, Red, you see, I think that's the thing with Abdullahi is I think Abdullahi probably works best for Saturday. So I want to now try and do like a whole flip through BD as well for Saturday and stuff. So I want to get forward. I want to get forward on Sundays. Just that he's quite busy, but I definitely want to get forward for Sunday. I want to get forward. I want to try and get Tosin back and so forth. Because Sunday, I want Sunday to be the guys that most people feel are really good at really getting their points across and so forth. So like because Sunday is like the best of the best. You know, the best of the best. But yeah, no, but basically, Saturday is just madness. Like Saturday is just like you know, it's just it's madness. You know. Oh, bro, man, I tell you. See, well, technically, I don't have a 9 to 5. It's a like spontaneous job, but I do want to leave. This is why I'm working so hard. So I'm working so hard so I can get that big time sponsorship deal, man. So I just keep putting the content out there, putting the content out there, get that thingy that you know really hits it the big way, so I can get that huge deal. Because as I said again, like which is why I hated school. Like listening to people, you have to be here at this time, politics with people, working with colleagues that are just pricks. Like nah, like I have to work for myself, man. I have to work for myself. Working for a boss and so forth. Nah, fuck that. Fuck that, man. That's crap, man. Oh, what have they been saying on TFT? What have they been saying on TFT? Everyone is looking for your boy HH, man. I told you, man. You know, I'm too sexy for the whole things, man. Yeah, I think for me, you know, YouTube is it's a tricky one, man. It's a tricky one, you know. And I think basically throughout this year, I told you like so when I started this in 2010. So in 2010, I was jobless, I was unemployed, and I was going through issues with my passports, in and out of courts and so forth. So, and back then I was just, you know, like look, my life was just a mess. Family life was up and down. So I couldn't even really be able to focus on the source. I couldn't be consistent. So I was just like, look, I'll do it whenever I feel like it, you know. So, but I think what I've learned is it's about obviously being consistent, being smart, but also it's about who you are. And I think people are like, wow, shit, HH, man, like, you know, HH, the guy. Because you see, for me, it's very hard to know how I can impact or influence people. Because this is what I've always said about me is that even if you hate me, yes, like, yeah. Because the guys who like, I hate, remember, there was one guy that wrote a comment that said that, I hate this guy's guts, but I just can't stop watching. And I was like, that's the key. So there are people who like, man, this guy makes me sick. This guy really makes me sick, and I want to just punch this guy in the face based on what he says, but I can't stop watching, man. So, it's that's the thing, man. But yeah, it's been a learning experience, you know. And it's just YouTube is just about, you know, you have to just put yourself out there, you know, put yourself out there as real as possible. Um, but yeah. Football terrorist, man. I know. Look, I'm still waiting for the call from. Tell your boy. What's his face? Tell your boy. What's his face again? Terry, to give your boy a call, man. You know, tell him to give your boy a call. What is this? Wait, where does this come from? So first of all, Dan, this is a very personal thing. What you said. Do you plan to stay as a virgin for the rest of your life? Well, Dan, sorry to break the news. I'm hoping that this isn't you're not trying to come on to me. I hope not. But I'm not a virgin. Sorry, bro. You know. Sorry, I lost my virginity a long time ago. You know. I mean, do I give up that like, I'm a virgin? You know, that's. I mean, wow. That's crazy, man. But it's about trying to be settled down now. As I said again, my twenties were crazy. I call those things the crazy twenties. Some wild experiences and so forth. I'm in my thirties right now. I realize that I've got to find a good woman. To settle down, family. And all that kind of stuff, man. But I can't do it now because I'm too focused. But it's about finding that wife, man, who can a great cook, can give me my son to take over this whole thing. Because look, man, someone needs to take over the flipping football hut. I will not give this channel to I Am Ham. If somehow some kind of deal has been said, sorry, you have to sign this away to I Am Ham, it's done. It's done. HH, I think that's no, just or just imagine just the scenario if I Am Ham controlled the football. Like something happened, and I Am Ham's controlled it. So he now did like pre-match analysis. Like, hello, so Juventus, ow, my shoulder. Oh, that would be horrific, man. That would be horrific. you see that would be horrific, man. That would be flipping horrific. So oh man, yeah, because he sounds strangely like. See, for me, I never knew where Juju Man was from, but I believe that Juju Man was probably from Zimbabwe or Zambia. That's my prediction because I've heard the Zambian accent, but obviously thingy is for what it's from South Africa. But yeah, now that'll be wild. Yes, Sammy, I didn't mean it in that kind of derogatory way. And yes, of course, I would cook for my wife. Of course, I would. Just that you'd want your mother to cook for the kids and stuff. But of course, I'm an amazing chef. Everyone knows I'm a really good chef. Trust me, I'm a damn good chef. I'm a really good chef. So. Oh, is there that you love to walk alone? Oh no, it's like see, walk is always alone. That's the thing. For my walk, always alone. That's the thing. I have to walk alone. I cannot walk with other people. But then there's walk and then there's pleasure. Then you can't walk 24/7. You can't walk 24/7, man. Give the channel to Abdullahi. There is no way in hell I'm giving the channel to a guy who thinks Lo Celso is Los Celsius, Havertz is Harvards, and Atalanta is Atlanta. I'm not doing that. I'm not giving my channel to a guy who believes that there was a World Cup in the year 2000. No. Here's the man down. Here's HH. No. I can't do it. Based on Sammy's takes, I don't think it would. I mean, I could get extra points in terms of female representation. People can say, well, wow, you're promoting female representation here and everything, so I'm like, I can gain brownie points through that, but some mistakes they're a bit too wild, But you people convince her to come on, give her a good push, because I keep asking her that, come along, show yourself, because she's been hiding in these live comments, and now everyone now knows that Sammy, yes, you're a girl, you're a female, so the secret is out. Come on to the football hut and stop hiding behind those keys. Show yourself, man. Do it for all those girls. Do it for all those girls, man. You are there. You're supposed to be an inspiration for all those little girls out there. So Abdullah is from Nigeria, man. He's from Nigeria. But yeah, look, man. Chelsea Liverpool on Sunday. We meet again. We meet again. Hopefully Ziyech is fit for that game. Hopefully he's fit for that game. But I am cautiously confident. Looking at how Leeds played, it's at the Bridge, not at Anfield. I am cautiously confident if Chelsea don't make any defensive mistakes, the defense is nice and tight and resolute. They don't make any kind of unforced errors. I know Chelsea can create chances. If Leeds can, Chelsea can. And Chelsea have better finishers on there, especially in your boy Timo Werner. So I'm cautiously confident, but my fear is a mistake from Chelsea. Because if you slip up and make the mistake that Leeds made, Salah is cutthroat, man. Because Liverpool just know how to score. Liverpool just know how to score, man. Liverpool just know how to score. Oh, he's injured. So how much is he? How long is he injured for, man? That's what I want to know, man. I mean, I want to see the edge. Oh, the phone call to Lep, it's coming. Don't worry, it's coming. It's coming. It's coming. It's coming. It's coming. It's coming. Guys, just give me time. I tell you, I've got to call Mourinho. I've got to call Lep. I want to try and call Messi. I want to try and call all of these dudes, man. So. But yeah, I mean, yeah. See, I'm still with Liverpool defending their title. I don't know about you guys. Um, I still think they will though. Um, I can understand. See, I understand the Man City Premier League thing over to the Man City Champions League thing, but my thing is, this might be the longest Pep has been at the club for, because this is his fourth season with Man City. Because did he do 4 seasons at Barcelona? So he did 08-09, 09-10, 10-11. He did 4 seasons because he left in the 2011-2012 season. So he did 4 seasons. So 4 is the most that he's done. So he's now matched the same amount of seasons that he did at Barcelona. So because I want to know whether, because remember, that 4th season was his final season. And that was a season that Real Madrid got 100 points that season. And that's the season that he then left. So my thing is, for Pep's tactics and so forth, can they still yield and still maintain going into a 4th season? Because I just think that what made Ferguson so good is how he was able to remotivate his team and keep them hungry for several seasons, and that in itself is a skill. That in itself is a skill. Wow, Celtics keys is close. God damn. 2012. Yeah, I mean, look, man. I mean, well, apparently I heard that Chelsea have secured the signing of Mendy, so I don't know why they can't flip and get him, man. Guys, I think that is all for your boy, man. I think 3 hours 15 is enough. Let me check out this whole Celtic Heat game, man, and see Wagwan, man. So peace out. Stay true. Stay healthy. Stay safe. Stay healthy. Eat healthy. Be good to one another. Hopefully not too good. And I will see you guys. I'll probably see you guys tomorrow. But we'll probably do another quick live show tomorrow. And what's up? Peace out. Stay true. And your boys are Lara Croft. Become a Patreon member. Gain access to my blog. Get access to exclusive videos. And also get access to the podcast of the Saturday and the Sunday hangouts. Head over to patreon.com/halfup to gain all these goodies while also supporting your boy HH.